All right. Well, a very good afternoon and welcome along to Henson Park for this round 2 clash between Sydney University and the Redland Bromers. The last time these two sides faced off, it was round 21 last year, and it was Sydney Uni winning by 48 points. Hello everybody, my name is John O'Farr. Welcome to Henson Park, and it is a great welcome to a man making his NEFL debut in the broadcast box, Adam Santarosa. Sounds like a good bottle of wine. Adam Santarosa, good afternoon. Welcome to the coverage.
Yeah, good to be here, John. I'm looking forward to this one. I'll tell you what, hard work for the players today. 28 degrees and rising all the time, so it's tough work for them. Not so much for us here in the commentary box, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this one.
And how do you see this contest going?
Oh, look, you've got to favour Sydney Uni, but I mean, they'll want to respond. Unconvincing was the word last weekend, so they've probably got a rocket or two during the week, so they want to respond today.
Well, we're underway here at Henson Park, and it's a good battle for the ball. Tommy Young did particularly well there early doors, but it goes down towards centre half forward, and Sydney Uni scrape across the ground, picked up nicely, just kicked along the turf and pushed away down towards centre wing. Tommy Young just battling himself around the ball. Good hustle there. Good work from the Demons there, and they try to push it away, and the Bombers push the ball out. Terrific work there early doors from Redland. Bit of push and shove with Damien Bonney. It'll be interesting to see what role he plays this afternoon. Having a bit of back and forth there with Scotty Miller. Ball comes across field, nicely pushed away by the Bombers. Taken to ground by Sydney Uni, and it's pushed down, and it'll be Dimmery that sees it go out of bounds. What you've seen early doors, how do you see it so far here, Adam?
Yeah, a bit of physical contact between the teams as well, which is always nice to see, but you know, some players like that, they want to get a bit physical, switch on.
Ball's pushed away, nicely worked there by the Bombers. Picked up off the carpet, nice work from Dimmery, trying to get through some traffic. But it's some solid defence there from the Bombers. It doesn't see it go any further. It's wonderful work there from Craig Malone, just lurking around the ruck, and terrific stuff there also from Damien Stephen. Pushed away, Bombers have the ball, but work to do. Tommy Young picks it up nicely. Great work down the tuck boundary line. Kick back in field beautifully there from Lucy. Lucy had the ball, floating on it was Derricks. Derricks tried to get the football, just working it inside forward 50. Plays it back, handball over the top. Lucy floating around the back, but the Bombers will pick it up. And it will go to ground again. So real hustle there for the ball. Both sides really battling for a bit of one-upmanship here this afternoon at Henson, Adam.
Yeah, Damien Bonney again getting involved. Last man off the deck on the pack there, so good to see him getting amongst the footy.
So, gotta love the Qantas planes or various airlines that fly over Henson Park. That's one of the great things about suburban footy. Life certainly goes on around the action on the field, as Austin Lucy has this chance for Sydney Uni. Kicks down towards goal square. They battle for the ball. Came off the players, and it'll go through for a minor score. So good start here. Peter Yagmore just in the goal square will now try and clear it for the Bombers. Coming off a loss, the Bombers, from last week. Of course, Sydney Uni had a narrow victory, but felt they could have been better, as Lucy has possession of the football. Pushed away Just over the top nicely there. Great work from Cooper. Nathan Cooper will fire it back to the umpire for a ball up just outside the arc. Pushes away nicely over the top. Good looking kick there from Dimery. High one. Pushes away. Nicely worked there from Stephen. Bombers fire it through the midfield, but it takes it back. And it's nicely played away there by the 16 in Jack. Jack will fire it back. Nicely kicked down towards centre half forward. Battling for the ball. Pushed away. Yagmore tried to spoil it. Ball comes across. Lucy comes back infield. Ball popped away nicely there. And it was the 27 in Wilson that had the football. Kicks it back across field, but it goes into the open goal mouth. And now the Bombers, they fire it, the 1-2 combination. Kicks it out of the in-goal area and goes down towards centre half forward. Nicely pushed away. Chance here now for the Bombers. They'll kick it down centre wing. Ball goes across field and it's taken there beautifully by Christensen. So Redland starting to build something here nicely, Adam.
Yeah, good skills early. Good movement with the footy. You know, Sydney Uni trying to get players behind the ball, clog it up, but Redland's doing well early.
Who do you see as the danger signs from what you've seen so far from both teams?
Oh, it's still a filling out period. I mean, there's a bit of nerves around. Skills haven't been that clean from both, but I think as that comes out, I think Uni, the way they move the ball, get players around the pack too, they just seem more comfortable. They know this ground well as well, so look them to sort of go to that next level as this game progresses.
So the ball was cleared across from Barkley. It goes over to the far side. Now Sydney Uni will get a 50 penalty. So another opportunity for them to try and build on their 1 point lead at the moment. Sierakowski, the man with the football, through the midfield. Plays it nicely. Back across the line. Dimery will kick it long and strong down towards centre half forward. They push it away over the top. Bonnie try to battles for the ball. Picks it up just inside the boundary line. Did particularly well. Goes off the carpet. Turns around. Great work there from Fong. Fong tries to push the ball away. Nicely worked along the boundary line. Sierakowski battling through some traffic now. Just on the arc. Brings it back nicely. That's sensible footy from the students. And marked beautifully there by Edwards. Geez, he was a solid player last year for Sydney. He's taken a good mark there. Played a bit of footy there with Sean yourself there, Adam.
Yeah, with him at GWS for a little bit. And, he was a guy that obviously playing through the middle today, but has that express pace, can really just break the lines. And I guess if there's a weakness, it has been his goal kicking.
And it has been on that occasion, unfortunately, as it goes wide. So a big opportunity missed there for the students, and they lead it by the two behinds as the Bombers try to pick it up off the carpet, but working through their attacking area. Nicely played away there, played by Rolls. Rolls kicks it down centre wing. Chance there, battles high for the ball. Terrific work there from Simmons over the top. Ball back inside for the students, comes back. Ball worked away from Day. Day tries to get the ball across, played back or through the line. And now it'll be played by Burke. Burke pushes the ball back, comes across. Christensen shoots, strong, long, bounces through, and the first major goes the way of the Bombers. Well, that came from absolutely nothing. Terrific scrap work from Aaron Christensen, and the finish, special.
Yeah, you got to credit Redland there. Just the pressure earned them the goal, but I think the skills there, the kick was never on, hand pass there, and I think, just looking at the stats last week, I think 60% of possessions were kicks for Sydney Uni, and I think the nature of that is obviously they play on a big ground like Henson Park, but on that occasion it was just handball out, relieved the pressure, paid the price.
Well, it's now 1 goal, 6, plays 2 behinds, 2. So 6-2 in favour of the Bombers. Interesting start here from Sydney Uni. They just seem to be trying to find their way across the park. Bombers have started with real confidence as we go back to the middle. Tagliabue tried to go high. And we'll have a reset. It's wonderful to see the crowd getting involved here at Henson Park. You can bring your dog, you can park your car inside the ground. It's one of the great grounds in Sydney. And it's the home of the students as the Bombers try to battle through the midfield. Ball comes back nicely. Nicely tagged over the top. Terrific work there from Foster. He tried to get the footy, but it'll be the Bombers that have the footy in the middle of the park. They kick it down long and strong, down towards centre half forward. That was a strong mark taken. Beautiful stuff there. Now it's a huge opportunity for Kyle Walsh, who's about 40 from goal and has a real chance here for the Bombers to build on their lead.
Yeah, a little bit loose in defence at the moment, Sydney Uni. Just need to get organised at the back there. Some of these one-on-one contests just going astray.
So Walsh has this chance as yet another plane goes over us. Can Walsh kick it as high as the plane? No, smacks off the post. An unlucky miss there for the Bombers. Now the margin goes back to 5. So 7-2 if you've just joined us in favour of the Bombers. Ball goes across field. Nicely worked through the middle. Terrific pick up off the ground by Jack. Brandon Jack kicks long down towards centre half forward. Oh, uncontested mark from Tommy Young. Geez, he was an impressive player last year for Sydney Uni and now has this chance from probably about 30 out. I reckon he can kick it, Adam?
He should kick it.
Let's see if commentators' curse prevails or if Tommy can put it through the big sticks. This for the lead for Sydney Uni. They're down by 5. This will give them a lead by 1. The sound of the crowd tells you the story of that goal. Tommy Young kicks his first for the game and the students lead it by 1. Real battle for the ball here this afternoon at Henson. Beautiful field to play on. It's in superb condition. The ground staff have done a wonderful job to get it ready here. Sees a little bit of cross codes. You've called a little bit of football. How important is ground condition when you're a player? You've played the game.
Yeah, I think in terms of today here at Henson Park, I don't think players have too many complaints. I mean, it looks in pretty good nick. Obviously, it does get a lot of traffic, rugby league here as well. A number of sports use the ground, local Sydney AFL competition as well. But yeah, no complaints today. And in terms of conditions, it is very hot, but there is a breeze across the ground, which is helping players. So I guess not too hard at the moment. Hopefully not too much hotter for these players.
Works it through the middle, nicely played away, and another mark taken by the Bombers. So terrific work there. Great work from Hamilman. Now he has a chance to maybe give the Bombers back the lead. They held it there for a little bit by 5 points, and then Tommy Young decided to ruin that party. But now Hamilman has an opportunity to put the Bombers back in front. They're currently down by a point. So it is to give them a 5-point lead. Moves in Hamilman from about 45, kicks it wide. And it was touched on the way through, so it's just a behind. Even if it wasn't touched, it would have gone wide. And so the students now bring it back. Good work from the Bombers. They've got some terrific hustle inside that centre half forward. Nicely worked away beautifully there by Morrison. But now the Bombers will take it through the middle. Good passage of play. Back to Yagmore. Yagmore kicks it long. Just pick up off the carpet. Nice little turn over the top. Chance here now for the Bombers. They'll turn it around and they'll turn it into points. Matty Thompson, a terrific goal. Again, a mistake from Sydney Uni, and the Bombers have made them pay.
Yeah, just the attack on the footy. He's winning it for Redland at the moment. They just look more committed out there, putting their body on the line. Sydney Uni just, I guess, second to the ball a lot of the time, reacting. They need a response here. And I guess we mentioned last weekend the Rocket, they were said to be unconvincing, and they said a horrific performance despite getting the result. They want to turn it around here, but at the moment, again, they just look a little bit sluggish.
Yeah, a little unorthodox at the moment, Sydney Uni. Just go back to the middle. You're watching NEFL TV, brought to you by our broadcast partner, Bar TV. And of course, the NEFL is proudly supported by Elastoplast. Great to have their support and involvement in the competition in 2018. Ball's played away nicely through the middle. Taken over the top there from Malone. Malone fires it over the back. Chance now for Barton. Will try and play the football, but it will go out of bounds. Timmy Barton, a terrific footballer from 2017. Really created a lot of opportunities for the students right through their final series, but unfortunately injuries may have got the better of them, and maybe some mistakes and some key losses just hurt their chances in 2017, so they'll be wanting to redeem themselves. They started well with a narrow win last week. Maybe they can go back to back, but Redland, they'll be chasing a win as Tommy Young goes over the top. So we hope you're enjoying this game and coverage. A beautiful Saturday afternoon in Sydney. Marrickville, home of the students, Henson Park. Tagliabue pushes it high, ball over the top, just scuffed away. Good work there from the 14 in Crockmall. But the ball will go to ground. And there'll be a ball up. So, Adam, you're a former player. What would the conditions be? Would they be playing a big part this afternoon?
I think they will, and I think it's going to get hotter as we progress, obviously, later today. But, yeah, at the moment, it's not. It seems to have an effect on this game, particularly Sydney Uni. I thought they'd have a lot more energy out there. They don't seem to be. Their warm-up, just looking at it, they didn't really do too much given the conditions. But, yeah, just sapped a bit at the moment, a bit sluggish.
Hiscox gives it to Day. Day at the back now. So Sydney Uni will try and clear it, but under some pressure here now. Ball comes away. Nice towering kick from the students. But it will go well and truly out of bounds. In fact, about 10 rows back. So now the Bombers have another opportunity to really peg back. It's one of the great things about the NEAFL. Players go and get the footy. Luke O'Sullivan, who was a strong player for the Bombers in 2017, just picks up the ball and now has this chance from centre wing. Needs a good kick. It's a decent one, down towards inside forward 50, centre half forward. Picked up beautifully there by the 15 in Copland. And the umpire will step in and there'll be a ball up. A couple of changes for Sydney Uni. A few players about to come on. Foster wanting to come on, as well as Sean Edwards. He's about to come on now and will take the field. Lucy will take a break. He'll hit the sheds. And it'll be Aaron Day that comes on for the 39 in Morrison. So a couple of changes there, and Hammelman, he's back on the field. And a behind has taken place as those replacements have occurred. So a missed opportunity possibly for the Bombers. Now they kick their third behind, in fact. And it's now 15 points to 8. Chance for Sydney Uni. They kick it down towards centre half forward through the midfield. The Bombers will take control of it. What can they do here? Looking for an opportunity, going down centre wing. Good looking kick from the Bombers. Down towards the arc, but it'll go out of bounds. And, chance goes begging as Copland watches it go into the stands. Now Sydney Uni will kick across through Barkley. Just taken at the back. Good work across the top there. Now Tommy Young has possession of the football. He kicks it down centre wing. Terrific work from the students. They try to battle it beautifully. Hiscox. Hand pass was a good one, but unfortunately to the wrong player. Terrific work there from Potter, but couldn't control the football. Now it's taken over by Rees. Rees takes it back, but the students have got it. Jack will kick it down through the midfield. Nicely taken over the top. Bonnie will turn and burn. Outside 50. Chance for a goal. Bounces towards the goal, but the wrong post. It goes left and through for a behind. So probably rushed it there, I think, Damien Bonnie. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, probably should have done better. I think Uni got a bit fortunate there. Sometimes, they're just rushing their skills a little bit. They've had time to, maybe put a handball out wide and just, build up play, whereas they just seem too keen to get it on the boot and get it downfield.
So the ball is kicked downfield. Tagliabue tries to push it away, but now the Bombers will try to work it beautifully. Christensen had it. Unfortunately put the foot on the chalk, so it goes out of bounds. So we're 16 minutes into this first term, about midway. Great game of footy so far. We hope you're enjoying it on Bar TV. Proud supporter of the NEAFL. And the ball's pushed away nicely by Sydney Uni. They'll just pick it up off the carpet. Played away by Thompson. Thompson kicks it back. The Bombers have possession of the footy. And now we'll try and play it from centre half forward. Just takes the time. Strong kick downfield. Thompson has possession. Ball goes towards the line. Kicked over the top. Chance here now for the Bombers. They're battling for the ball. Hammelman turns. He's made a meal of the kick. It pops it up. It's still through. Oh, jeez. He made a meal of that. But Sydney Uni, 3 players saved the day. And behind was the result.
Yeah, a bit of composure lacking there. for Redlands. I mean, scoreboard pressure is so big. You look at that, 6 scoring shots. They could be 2-3 goals clear if they were a little bit more clinical in front of goal, but hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them later in this one.
So Morrison about to come on for Sydney Uni, just standing and watching on the sideline. Now Redland will have possession of the footy. Find themselves in the midfield and deep in their own territory. Kicks downfield. Nice one down towards centre half forward. Towering mark there from Sydney, but not paid. Ball comes over the top. Played away beautifully by the Bombers. They're playing it nicely on the line. Good work to have it back in field. Sloppy kick to the line, down the boundary line, and it's now cleared away by Sydney Uni. Tommy Young just trying to battle with the football. Chance for the Bombers. Turn and burn. Can't miss from there. Won't miss from there. And the goal is there for the Bombers. Jackson Payne, the scorer. And wow, pardon the pun, but the Bombers are putting plenty of pain on the students.
Yeah, got exactly what they deserved there, Sydney Uni. Skill error. As I mentioned, the point I was trying to make before, you know, they've got options, but they're just rushing it. I don't know if it's the pressure of Redland or whether just a lack of composure with the footy. It's just hurting them at the moment. And again, it's that tendency to kick. Just give a handball. They've got plenty of options around the footy. It's just, again, composure in key moments. It's hurting them at the moment.
Never thought about coaching?
It's easy to say from here, but and as you know, being out there once a few years ago, definitely easier from up here.
Do you watch the game differently as a former player?
You do, but I mean, I never played to a level of any great length, so I can't offer too much advice. But yeah, at the moment, it's just a lack of skill, lack of execution for Sydney Uni. You can see this commitment to the footy paying off, but just not using it right.
Lucy kicks it through the midfield. Chance for the students, just pushing one away. Popped over the top. Aaron Day did particularly well to try and get the footy. Battle for the contest is a good one, but the ball will go out of bounds. So we're about 20 minutes gone in this term. So great term of footy so far. Now the contest starts once again. Sydney Uni just having strong numbers. Pushed away nicely. Students trying to have the ball. Comes back beautifully for Edwards. He pivots off the right foot. Oh, denied at the post. And terrific work there from the Bombers to prevent the goal. It was terrific work from Stephen Mills. Mills really stopped a certain goal there to Sean Edwards. Chance for Tommy Young. Tommy Young turns around. Is it there? Yes, it is. Goal to the students, a much needed one. They really scrapped there. Sean Edwards had a miss, was denied. But Tommy Young picks up the difference. And here come the students. 22-16. 21 gone in this first term.
And that's what I was talking about before. Scoreboard pressure from Redland. They have had some great opportunities, haven't converted them. Sydney Uni go up the other end and get one. Just turns the game. And you look at the margin now, I mean, Redland should be a couple of goals clear.
Yeah, you're probably right, because when you take a look at the possession of the footy in that first term, I'll be interested to see what the champion data stats tell us on that. The possession of footy really would have to be heavily in the favour of the Bombers. Go back to the centre. They still lead this contest, but now only marginally as Rees tries to battle his way through the midfield. Good work here from the Bombers. Tackle over the top was beautiful from Hiscox, and he's managed to get the footy back for his side. So here come the students. Hiscox kicks it straight and long. Back, they go back and forth. Hiscox kicks down towards centre half forward, inside forward 50. Pick up off the carpet, wasn't a good one. Tommy Young needs some support. Gets it through Day. Back in support, there to Young. Young has it and it's cleared away there by Simmons. Simmons will kick it. Picked up nicely on the half volley by the Bombers. Ball goes through the line. Salter has the ball through the midfield. Hasn't played footy in over 596 days. Ball comes down towards Hamilman. Hamilman on the ball, battling hard. Good work from Sydney Uni. Great hustle on the ball. Ball out of bounds. Scuffle there, but that was great footy there from both sides.
Yeah, I thought Hamilman got a little bit fortunate there. Thought he dropped it. Could have got paid against, but escaped that one. But still pressure in their forward 50. It's been good so far.
So boundary throw in to take place. Right side of the posts. Deep inside Bomber territory. The ball goes up. Nice clearance there by Lucy. Scrapped off the boundary line. Dimmery tried his best to get the footy. It's pushed away on the line. Callum Baker saw the ball go over the boundary line. So 22-16. 3 goals to 2. 22 and a bit gone in this first term. And now the Bombers have a chance over on the far side. What can they do with this footy? Kicks. Smart kick from the Bombers. Pushed back through the middle. Nicely worked. Played by the students. Tried to play it off the carpet. Ball goes back. Played away nicely there. It'll be Goulden that has the footy. Kicks it through the midfield. The Bombers have possession of the ball. Tried to get possession of the footy. Comes away. Oh, just some scrapping going on. Terrific work there from Barnes. Geez, there's a bit of tension between the sides here, Adam.
Yeah, a bit of frustration perhaps from Sydney Uni as well. Things not really going their way at the moment. Obviously, still well and truly in the contest, but you know, skill errors, a couple of goals going against them. Could get another one here.
So John O'Farr and Adam Santarosa here at Henson Park. This is the round 2 clash between the Sydney Uni students and the Bombers have kicked another goal. Well, terrific stuff. They all come around the player. It'll be James Barnes that kicks his first goal of the game. And now they go further in front. So 28-16 now. We're about 5 or so minutes away from quarter time as the Bombers make a couple of changes. It'll be Miller that makes his appearance on the field. And it'll be the 27 in Jack Goodall that'll take a spell, as well as the 3 in Matt Thompson. And Tommy Young's taking a spell. Mitchell Thompson for the students is about to come on. Tagliabue clears it, but it's taken nicely by the Bombers. They're playing well here. Umpire comes in, makes the call, and the 50 has been given. So the free kick will take place for the Bombers. Barnes kicks it through the midfield. Nicely taken over the top. Played away by Simmons. Simmons will kick down towards forward 50. Over the top. Nicely marked there by the students. So they'll kick it through the midfield. Nicely played away there by Fong. Fong just in a defensive pattern, trying to clear it to the arc. Does so well. And now Jack has the possession of the footy for the students. Played well in the 33 jumper for the Swans last year. Ball comes along the boundary line. Played nicely. Just playing it pretty well here, the students. Hand pass through the middle. Bonnie had possession of the footy. Great work across the line. Goes down towards Potter. Potter kicks towards goal. Picked up off the boundary line. Oh, geez, these students, they were unlucky there. And it was Austin Lucy that is playing his 100th game here in the NEFL. That was sort of denied half a chance there. How do you see this call going here so far, Adam?
Yeah, I thought that was a fair decision, I thought. And they need to kick this, bring the margin back a little bit. They've been a little bit wasteful in front of goal today, Sydney Uni. But this one should be a given.
So it's 28-16. Austin Lucy, as I said, playing his 100th game in the NEFL. Moves in. Oh, geez, it was an awkward-looking kick to start with. Swung a little bit right, but it's gone straight through the post. So he kicks the goal. The students return to form, and the margin is now just 1 goal. So they kick their 3rd of the contest. Now we're back to that 1 goal margin. We're very close. We've got to be close to that quarter time break. 26 and a half gone.
Yeah, soon as I said it was a given, I started sweating profusely because, as we know, they never are.
Oh, you never want to have the commentators curse, especially when they're that easy. So we've had a couple of failed attempts at post. Well, both sides really. Probably maybe the Bombers have had a few chances go begging more in this opening term as they push it through the middle. Tagliabue did well to get the football there, but it'll come the way of the students. So nicely kicked down by Potter. Down towards centre-half forward, pushed over the top. Strong mark from the students. Really battled under some pressure. Now they've got a huge opportunity to tied this ball game up. Aaron Day, the player that took the mark, really battled his way through the pack. As the old Jetstar plane zips over us. Now Aaron Day has this chance. Inside 50, really battled his way through the pack. Moves in, right foot kick. Has it got the distance? Has it got the accuracy? No, it hasn't. Has the distance, but not the accuracy. It goes left, and the margin is back to 5.
Yeah, this margin probably flatters Sydney Uni, given what we've seen in this first quarter from Redland. So, again, Redland letting them off the hook a little bit, but this last sort of 5-minute period, you've seen the skills improve. The torque, I think, has made a difference for Sydney Uni as well.
So, good-looking kick from Yagmore, took it down towards midfield. It's a very nonchalant kick from Yagmore. He's got some distance on him. Now, the ball will be played in the middle. So pushed away nicely by Tagliabue. Young tried to get through there. Students battling. They've got numbers. Potter gives the ball across field. Played away beautifully by Bartholomew's. Over the top. Chance now for the Students. They try to pick it up off the carpet. Thompson bounces around beautifully. Now they've got an opportunity. Can they build on it? Can they regain the lead? Well, they're not going to do it when they kick like that. The Bombers have the footy. Back in possession of the line. Just on the arc. Hand pass was a good one. Chance here now for Williams. Williams kicks it down towards the boundary line. Now they will have an opportunity. The Bombers, through Payne. Kicked a good goal earlier in the quarter. Goes over the line. Just playing away here, the Bombers. Very close to that quarter-time mark. Chance here now for the Bombers. Stephen will kick down towards centre-half forward, but it's an uncontested mark by the Students. Good kick over the top into some real estate, and now comes Tommy Young. Young has it. Good-looking kick. Picked up on the half volley. Derricks will get the ball. Oh, it's an awkward-looking kick, but it's marked on the boundary line. Is it paid for Day? No. Umpire says he's gone out. Interesting call. So now Yagmore in front of our broadcast position in the King George V stand. Yagmore kicks it down towards centre-half forward. He's got a toe on him. Ball's picked up from the scraps. Nicely worked away from the Bombers. Just pushed to the boundary line. Clever work from the Students to keep the footy in the field of play. Now it comes over the top. Good-looking kick there from Thompson. Thompson kicks down towards the Students, and the mark is taken close to the goal square. Good battle for the ball there. And it'll be Goulden that goes over the top, and the ball up will take place. We're in the shadows of quarter time. Ball comes back towards Young, but he just watches it fly down through the midfield. Picked up off the scraps. Students need some possession here. Bonnie picked it up off the carpet, looking for Day, but won't find him. Kicks it into some open real estate. Sean Edwards now on the burst. Good kick down centre wing. Chance here now for Hiscox. The Glebe Greyhound from 52. Kicks across field. Beautifully marked. Oh, that's pretty to watch for the Students. Turn and burn. Can they kick a goal? No, they can't. Oh, wasted opportunity there for the Students. Matt Wilson goes left. Oh, that really could have given us a great contest going into the first term.
Yeah, they deserved a goal there, and I think credit to Sean Edwards. Sean Edwards of old might have just pinned the ears back and tried to burn his defender down the sideline, but was unselfish, and as I said, probably should have converted.
Day has possession of the footy. Kicks down towards forward 50. Numbers are strong for the Demons. Ball goes across the field. Picked up off the carpet. Potter has the footy. Derricks needs something special. Tommy Young, possession of play, goes for the Students, and Bonnie finishes it off. Well, it was coming. The Bombers will be disappointed with that because they had plenty of numbers inside forward 50. But it was just some really clever footy from the Students that got them the goal.
Yeah, and I said before that the use of the kick is probably overstated for Sydney Uni this quarter, and it's hurt them. You saw there, they put the hands together. They get good plays around the ball. Torque as well helps, which I think they've turned it around the last sort of 10 or so minutes. And you see 2 goals in quick succession. They now have the lead, which in the scheme of things for the first quarter, they probably don't deserve it overall.
Yeah, they lead by 2, 30-28. So, into the 32nd minute of this opening term. Great contest here so far at Henson Park. Back and forth. Edwards has possession of the footy. Hand pass away. Comes the way of the Bombers. Picked up off the carpet. Nicely played away. Thompson will watch it. And will the umpire call it? Yes, he will. So that is quarter time here at Henson Park. A terrific quarter of footy. It is the Students by 2, 4-6-30, plays 4-4-28. Adam Santa Rosa joins me in commentary. How did you see that opening term?
Yeah, as I mentioned, Redland probably should have the lead going to quarter time. I mean, they started well, great pressure, great attack at the footy. I thought they bettered Sydney Uni in that aspect, but I think with Sydney Uni, you look at the stats, 60 kicks to 44. Again, it's an overuse for mine. They've got players out free. Sometimes it's just a simple handball will get them out of danger in defensive 50, but they'll put it on the boot, and that just invites Redland in, and it's costing them at the moment. They seem to work it out late there in the quarter. That's what's got them back in front, but I think still more work to do for them.
Well, it's the Students by 2 at quarter time. We'll see who has the upper hand on the other side of this break. It's the Students and the Bombers, live from Henson Park on NEFL TV. They either kick a goal and it's really pretty wide, or they rush it with this and kick up high. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Yeah. Probably a little bit of, I think, particularly real good. Probably close to the size of this field, maybe a little bit shorter. But that gets it. game. Yeah, really tough game. I'm excited by the quality of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Garrett needs to lift a little bit.
He certainly does.
Bonnie's been a little bit quiet, but
I'm not exactly excited about what's in the forward.
yeah, he's normally a second half.
Yeah.
They're missing Stevenson a little bit. But yeah, mate, what do you think?
There is, but just looking at the official statistics right on checking data.
Yeah.
They've got a really good spread of ball business.
Yeah.
So I think that'll work in their favour as the game goes on. So, Tom Allen's I'm just going to try and forward.
Yeah, and Bonnie's the sort of player that can really shine. I think he kicked 2 or 3 goals in the final term.
Yes, he can.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway. Well, welcome back here to Henson Park on a magnificent Saturday afternoon here for round 2 in the NEAFL competition, all thanks to Elastoplast and our broadcast partners Bar TV. John O'Farr and Adam Santarosa in commentary. It's the students by 2 at quarter time. Adam, how did you see the first term and what's some stats?
Yeah, just the pressure of Redland. Saw them in front. Unfortunate to go behind late in the quarter and concede the lead, but you look at the tackle stats, 14-8. You know, they're really attacking the footy, and also, you know, they've given away more free kicks, but it just shows their intent to really get physical and really put the pressure on the students.
Edwards will kick through the midfield, picked up beautifully there by the Bombers, nicely played away. So some work to do for Redland in this second term, but they aren't too far away off the tail of the students. Ball goes down towards the boundary line and will eventually go out. Nick Foster couldn't quite control it. So if you're just joining us, it's 4:6:30 to 4:4:28. We're only a minute or so into this second term here at Henson Park. Round 2 action of the NEAFL competition, pushed away nicely. The students, they're coming off a victory last week. Of course, Redland went down, but they are looking to improve that and pick up a win here this afternoon as the ball is played along the carpet, and it'll be a ball up just off centre. Yagmore was the last player there for the Bombers. Good work there across from Dimmery. Young was floating around nicely. Day just tried to get the football, and Bonnie as well. And it'll be another ball up. So pretty scrappy start to this second term, Adam.
Yeah, again, it's that pressure of Redland. It's good to see it hasn't faded out of the game just yet. Started well, and you know, they did fade last week in the second half, so we don't want to see that here today because they're well and truly in this.
So the ball comes across the line, and it's played away and somehow comes loose. Picked up nicely there by the students. They kick down towards centre half forward, inside forward 50. Terrific mark there by the students. The mark is paid. And now Sam Fong has this chance from about 30 to extend their lead and put it to that 8-point margin. Lead by 2 at the moment. So Fong just takes his time. It's the students' home ground. They should know every blade of grass, and let's see if Sam Fong knows that. From about 35, he takes the strike, and it goes straight between the sticks. Don't the players love it? They come from everywhere. Fong, the difference maker, early doors of the second term, and it's now the students by 8.
Yeah, great kick off the boot. Didn't look like missing, but credit the mark too. Just rode well, and that's what Sydney Uni are so good at. They have so many options going forward, and that's probably why they have a tendency to just put it on the boot and kick long. Obviously, they play on one of the more bigger grounds in the NEAFL, so that's going to have an impact. But yeah, just their options in their forward line, so deadly. And when they turn it on, they can certainly turn it on.
And you were mentioning during the quarter-time break that the play seems to be targeted down towards the right of screen of Henson Park. Do you think that's the wind, or do you think that's the way the ground slopes?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's something like I've played here for a long, long time in obviously the Sydney AFL, and it seems like there's a bit of a dead pocket over there. The action doesn't seem to go to the far side of the ground. Don't know really why that is. It could be the wind. That's always been an issue when you do play here, but yeah, it's something to watch, I guess, for today and see how it pans out.
So the students battle through the middle. Ball's picked up by the Bombers. Nicely played away. Now they take it beautifully through the midfield. That's a long, strong kick there from Simmons. Bounce of the ball was a kind one for the Bombers. Ball comes back, nicely played away. Oh, smacks off the paintwork. Unlucky there for Jackson Payne.
It does actually slow Penson Park. If you actually sit on the interchange bench, you can't actually see the other side of the ground. There's a bit of a hill there, so yes,
very similar to the SCG. So we'll go back to the goal square. Now Lucy will have this kick. Kick down the boundary line, plays away to the line. Edwards tried to get the footy, but the Bombers are battling with the footy. Comes away. Yagmore did particularly well to get the footy clear. Comes towards some real estate on the arc. Ball goes back. Played nicely over the top there. Played well by O'Sullivan. And the ball will go out of bounds over on that far side of Henson. Parking here is always a bit of a risk, depending on where you put the four wheels of your car. It goes down centre wing. Chance now pushed away nicely there. A towering Craig Malone spoils it for the students and pushes it out of bounds. Wind has picked up just a little bit. Seems to be coming from the city side. Now the boundary throw in comes towards Tagliabue. Goes away now to the students. Barkley tries to play it. Now it comes back through the line and it's played there by Malone. Malone will kick it down towards the goal, but it'll go out of bounds into that pocket you were referring to earlier. Now the boundary throw-in will take place in just a moment. So who's some of the players out of the Sydney Uni lineup? There's another plane zips over our head. That have impressed you in this, well, first and a little bit of second term?
Yeah, really been impressed by Tommy Young, just the work he does at both ends of the ground, gets forward and there's a real presence there inside forward 50, but also gets back and helps out, and he's a real link man through midfield as well, so he's really getting about today.
Pushed away, nicely played, back into Christensen. Christensen kicks down towards goal. Is it marked close to the line? No, it's picked up, dropped away, and now the students, they clear it. Terrific work there from Morrison. Morrison will kick down towards the arc. Good looking kick down towards centre wing, but I think he might run out of room. In fact, he will. It'll go well and truly out of bounds. And now it'll be a chance for the Bombers to try and peg back this lead. It's by 8 points at the moment. 36 plays 20. In fact, it's 36 plays 29, so the margin has gone to 7 after that behind. And now the ball is played away. Just Dimmery tries to clear it for the students, but ball is on the ground. And there'll be a ball up just inside the forward 50 on the left pocket. Students battling for the ball. Just under some pressure. Barton tried to get it back. Nicely played there by Thompson. Thompson over the top. Pushed away. It was a good one. Back to Day. Comes across. Socketed along the ground. High towering kick there from Barnes. Barnes kicks it down towards centre half forward. Inside forward 50 for the Bombers. Chance here over the top. Good looking kick off the carpet. Goes down towards Christensen. But he can only watch it go left of the post. Miss everything and go out of bounds. So 7 points the margin. And we are about 7 minutes gone into this second term. Wonderful to have our broadcast partners, Bar TV, involved in the broadcast. They do a superb job capturing all the live action of the game. Ball comes across field. Nicely played away by the students. Now it comes towards the Bombers. The Bombers kick over the top. Tommy Young tried to get the footy. Played away beautifully there by Baker. Baker kicks down towards centre half forward, but it's a beautiful mark taken over on the far side. And it'll be Jackson Payne that has taken the mark and now has this opportunity to maybe get the Bombers back in contention. If he kicks a goal here, they'll be down by just the 1 point.
Yeah, they deserve a goal. Their pressure, they've really locked it in that forward 50 the last couple of minutes, and they really deserve something out of here. It's going to be a tough kick, but...
Well, the wind is in his favour, pushing across the ground, right to left on your screen. Jackson Payne moves in. Swinging kick, but it'll stay right. It'll peg back late left, but it'll stay on its true course and go through for a behind. So you're dead right. It was a difficult kick there for Jackson Payne. And he's just swung it to the right-hand side. So the students, they will clear it. Off the line. Good work. Down through the middle. Taken well there by O'Sullivan. He'll kick it through the midfield. Opportunity now for the Bombers. They try and play it just on the arc. Hand pass was a good one. Terrific work back into Thompson. Thompson, a towering kick. Up it goes. Pushed away by the students. They try to battle for the footy. Just socketed off the ground. Opportunity now for the Bombers. And again, they probably wasted that opportunity. It was kicked off the carpet. Maybe had they dived on it, they could have forced the ball up. But now the students have possession from the line.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a free kick for kicking in danger, but I thought it probably warranted one, so it worked itself out. Saying that, Redlands have possession now.
Ball comes over the top from Salter. Tried to battle away there. The students have the footy in their hands. And it's a great work there from Fong, who kicked a terrific goal earlier in the game. Now it's pushed away. Comes away for the students. Now they're starting to click. Bonnie has possession of the footy. Hand pass through the midfield was a good one. Now this is where they start to build. Jack over the top. Goes away. Nicely played there by the 41 in Goulden. Goulden kicks down long and strong. Hiscock's on the fringe. Goes that way and kicks a terrific goal. Oh, this is pretty to watch from the students. Wonderful stuff from Sydney Uni. Their margin goes further in front. They lead it by 11, 42-31.
And then you saw the strength of Sydney Uni. Redlands, what they've done well today is get players around the footy and create pressure. But when it breaks down, Sydney Uni can move it so quickly. And you saw there how lethal they can be on the break. Turn that into a goal. And that's what Redlands got to watch. They are pressuring the footy, creating a contest. It's keeping them in the game. But when it breaks down, there's players free because Sydney Uni just breaks so quickly.
Well, Jack Hiscock's kicked a goal from that part of Henson Park last year that was in the finalists for goal of the year. Don't know if that's a goal of the year, but geez, it's a pretty fancy one for the students. Good team goal for them nonetheless. I'm sure it'll feature in their highlight reel come the end of the season. Ball comes away, picked up off the carpet. Bonnie tried his best to get it. Young has it. Oh, it's somehow come the way of Bonnie. He turns around, right foot strike, and the students go bang bang, two of the best. And they lead it now by 17.
We're really starting to see that man's influence come on in this game the last 5 or so minutes, getting some possession. Clean skills around the stoppages too. Got a goal there, but this is where the Bombers really need to hang in. The game's starting to open up. Keep the pressure up. They've been good. Attack on the footies is what has got them in this position, but it's starting to go away a little bit.
Well, the likes of Young and Bonnie are starting to play their role now. Tommy Young was pretty strong in that opening term. Bonnie is really starting to lift, and of course Jack Hiscock's his goal earlier was really pretty to watch from the students. Some work to do here. They're down by 17, the Bombers. Adam Santa Rosa, how do you see them coming back into this contest?
Yeah, just as I said, they just need to keep their attack on the footy up. That's what's keeping them in the game. Their skills probably let them down a little bit here in the second quarter. They've just got to keep pressuring the students, force them into errors, and then take their chances.
So the ball is played over on the far side. And Nick Foster had possession of the footy. Go to ground, so a ball up will take place. Big opportunity here for the Bombers to maybe put some points on. Goes towards Lucy. He tries to pick it up off the carpet. Good work from Potter there to get the ball away. Christensen tries to battle for the ball. But it'll be Foster that watches it go over the line. So they lead by 17.
There's something I have seen with Sydney Uni. They've limited their rotations in this quarter. The first quarter, they were doing it a lot, I think, due to the conditions. And it probably had a bit of an effect. They were a little bit ragged and a bit unorganised. Now, they look a lot more settled. And we're seeing that on the scoreboard.
So, the wind's starting to pick up here at Henson. Bit of a blowout at the moment, but it was just the 2 points in favour of the students at quarter time. As the ball is pushed away over on the far side, it goes to ground. Sirakowski and Tommy Young can only watch it for the students. Bit of push and shove there from both sides. Pushed away. Malone tries to push it away. Young did particularly well, but it was Ree's kick. Goes past Thompson. Now it comes backfield. Chance here now for the Bombers. They swing it around beautifully. They've got numbers there in the inside forward 50 position. Comes across to Salter over the top. Played away there by the students. Nicely cleared away there. And they'll kick it down towards centre wing. Now it'll come the way of the Bombers. Just playing possession, slowing it down pretty well here. Goes across field, down towards Students, picked up off the carpet by O'Sullivan. Hand pass over the top goes to Young. Chance now for Derricks. Derricks will have it centre wing, kick it down the boundary line through the midfield, and it's strongly marked there by the Bombers. They've got the potential to come back here. They're down by 17. Comes away, Yagmore kicks it on the boundary line, down towards centre half forward. Comes inside forward 50. Strong mark taken there. Now it will be an opportunity here for Hamilman. He's on that far side, and this is a much needed goal for the Bombers.
Yeah, again, a tough kick, but Sydney Uni doing a good job. Hamilman was pretty effective, one of the better players for mine in that first quarter, but been a little bit quiet in the second. This is a big kick for him.
Well, if Hamilman kicks this, the confidence will certainly lift. It's an awkward-looking kick, but goes towards goal. Touched on the line as it goes through, so it's just... In fact, no, that is a goal. Or was that touched on the line? I've got a feeling that was touched on the line.
Well, they've given a goal. I thought...
Based on the reaction, it's a goal. That's an
Hamilman
interesting one.
Yeah, was often celebrating, and...
Okay, so Matt Hamilman kicks a goal, a much-needed one. Apologies there, ladies and gentlemen. I thought from the reaction of both sides, really, that it was touched on the line, but obviously not the case. And, well, a much-needed goal for the Bombers, and they're back into the contest.
Perhaps an expert sell job by Hamilman. Maybe convinced goal umpires obviously closer than us, so we've got to go.
Playing it under the radar, you reckon?
We'll go with him, but yeah, it always helps if you're confident.
So now we go back to the centre. So now the margin goes back to 11. Here, 48-37. Chance through the middle. Pushed away from Hiscox for the Students. Comes away for Brad Howard. Over the top. Now a chance for the Bombers through Dads. And it might have been a push in the back, so it'll be a free kick there. And now the coaching staff of the Bombers, they voice their opinion as Jackson Payne kicks towards goal. The numbers are strong for the Students, but here come the attack of the Bombers. And it will go to ground. So an interesting passage of play. So a real opportunity now for the Bombers to just decrease that margin. Comes away, Young cleared it well for the Students. Goes into some open real estate. Hand pass was a good one there to Wilson. Back forth along the line, but Yagmore, the tape was superb. It gets smothered, but here come the Bombers. They move it through the midfield, picked up off the ground. Umpire has called it, which is disappointing because that one possibly could have been a goal, but it's a behind. And now the margin goes back to 10. So real opportunity here for the Bombers. We're about 16 minutes gone in this term. Jeez. Do you think the Bombers can come back before quarter time?
Well, it's looking good. I think that, you know, that fight for the football was what we're seeing, but it's just that skill error at times letting them down. We saw their quick turnover of possession. I think that last opportunity, though, they should have just gone back. They played advantage, just settled things.
Chance here now for the Students along the boundary line. Good looking kick back towards goal square. It'll be Dimmery that tries to pick it up on the half volley. Bonnie came through the line, tried to get the football, but Brad Howard, the scrap and the clear was good. Ball comes back to Howard. Good composure there from Brad Howard. Kicks it down the boundary line. It'll bounce once, and Yagmore will watch it go out of bounds along with some other players. So missed opportunity there, I feel, for the Students. They really were building something nicely over on that far side. Just couldn't seem to get the job done, unfortunately.
And something we didn't see too in back play was a little bit of a wrestle between 5 or 6 players from both sides.
And there's been a bit of tension right across these opening 2 terms of this game. Comes the way across to Wilson. Now a chance for the Bombers. Opportunity, but they can't quite get the football. Jack has the ball. Now it comes the way for Young. Young now has it for the Students. Kicks it along the ground. Socket it beautifully. Hand pass back through the middle. Good kick through Hiscox. Finds Bonnie in open territory. Bonnie's about 40 out. And that just really moved far too easily through the midfield. That's where the students can make you pay. Damien Bonney, he's hoping that he can put it through the big sticks and get this margin to 16. So Bonney, bit of a gallop, good looking kick towards goal, and he'll swing it to the right-hand side. So just the behind. May have kicked it towards the goal square, would have been the better option, I think.
Yeah, went for, I guess, power more so than direction, given probably testing him at that range. But, yeah, look, he offers a presence going forward too. A strong lead there, just burn his defender, and he's a great option going forward. But he's been in the thick of things too. There's a couple of Redlands players with his number marked because yeah, he doesn't mind getting physical.
So the ball goes down the boundary line. Good clearing kick from the Bombers. Pushed away, but it's marked there by Jack. Jack will have possession. He'll kick it across the line. Bonney will mark it over on the far side, just outside the arc. Kicks it back across. Tough work there for the students, but it comes back the way of Jack. Jack kicks it back inside. Nice little tap over the top. Good work there from the 32 in Burke. And it'll go out of bounds. So plenty of playing activity here at Henson Park. One of the great things about suburban footy, you hear all the shapes, sounds and differences across the suburban landscape. Ball's socketed off the ground by Edwards. Now it comes the way of the Bombers. Over the top, clever work there, but they just can't quite get the footy clear. Good coverage there from Young and Dimmery. And there'll be a free kick. No, it's a ball up. So it'll be a ball up just outside the arc. Pushed away nicely by Malone. Edwards was there, but Young just bounced over the top. So a little bit of miscommunication there from the students. Ball goes over the top. Cleverly worked down the boundary line. Chance away. Christensen couldn't get it. Spoil was on for the students. And it was good work from Josh Burke that prevented any further play. And it was the 25 in Nathan Cooper that saw the ball go out of bounds.
Yeah, this is a crucial time for the Bombers too. They really need to hang in here. If Uni get a couple of goals, this can really blow open. And we've seen what Uni have done in previous years, getting the advantage. They can really kick away.
So Young just plays the ball. Now Lucy has possession. Good looking kick down towards inside forward 50. Oh, the mark was a good one from the Bombers. And now they have plenty of possession through O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan kicks it long, tries to find a man but can't. And it's cleverly marked there by the students in Barton. Barton now has possession of the footy. Ball kicked across field. Nicely worked here from the students. Played away by Burke. Burke kicks it down across far side. Now they play it across the line. Good kick from the students back down towards centre half forward. It's a pretty looking kick. It'll find the man there in Aaron Day. And in fact, no, that's that's Aaron Day. So he'll take the footy there. Now the students have a chance to move it in. And he's kicked it wide. Well, that's got to be a missed opportunity there for Sydney Uni.
Yeah, goal goes begging. And just on that goal there, Sean Edwards was left clear on centre wing. And, you know, player of his quality, he's had plenty of options in forward 50. He's got such a strong boot, he can pick them out, and he showed his class there.
Speaking of a strong boot, Yagmill's kicked that almost 50 metres. Terrific looking kick from the goal square. Over the top, Bombers have got some work to do, but that hand pass was superb. Through the midfield, the Bombers spread it. Now they've got a chance through Hamilman, who's taken a mark. It was his preferred side. Will he rush it? Will he take his time? Kicked a goal there from earlier. Geez, I reckon he's confident. It's a tough kick there for the Bombers. But with the margin being 11, if he kicks this will be a crucial goal. This time I'll keep my eye on the goal umpire. And maybe the celebration might be a little bigger from Hamilman. Moves in, right foot kick. It's gone wide this time. Through for a behind.
He's off from celebrating again for a moment there, so it worked the first time, but always a little bit of pressure too when he had some options inside 50, decided to go back and take the set shot. Puts a bit of pressure on you to kick it.
So the students now have possession deep in their defensive line. Trying to work it on the fullback line. Got numbers, they need to spread. The spoil was on. Terrific work there, but Hiscox has the footy. Comes away to Potter. Potter the hand pass across now. The students work it along the boundary line. Tommy Young takes an uncontested mark. Kick through the middle. Picked up beautifully there by the 16 in Jack. Jack kicks over the far side. Edwards now on the prowl. He bounces once. He goes again. Right foot kick. Good looking kick for the students. Sean Edwards kicks a ripper. And the students build on their lead.
And there you see it again, in plenty of space out on the wing. Whoever's meant to be manning up on him's not doing the job at the moment. And just, I mean, that's a guy that's played at the AFL level, the composure to just take a bounce, run into 50. He had some options, backed himself, and obviously converted. So, and this is crucial. I mentioned Uni can kick away here. Another goal just before half-time undoes all that good work of Redlands, all that pressure, the commitment to the footy, the tackle pressure. It's just fallen off.
Well, they were down by 2 at quarter time. Now we are 24 and a bit gone, and the margin is 10. So, geez, it's, you know, if you look at the numbers, it's a tight contest, but when you look at the play, Sydney Uni have got the upper hand.
Yeah, just their skills, when they put it together, their cleaner skills, they're moving the ball a lot more cleanly. Redland sort of fighting their way up the ground. Uni just being a bit more crisper with it.
Bombers work it nicely. Gee, there were some towering players going for it there. And the ball will eventually trickle out over the boundary line. A couple of players just gingerly getting to their feet, including Hamilman. But he seems to be okay. And the free kick has come the way of the Bombers. So this is a crucial one here. This is a really crucial one. So now Hamilman will move in. This is a much needed one to bring the lead back to 10 for the students. Kicks across the face of goal. He's got it. So it now goes to 10 points, the margin. The scoreboard was a little late in updating there, so it didn't account for the Sean Edwards goal. So the lead was 16. Now through Matt Hamilman, it's gone back to 10.
Yeah, great kick. It was a bit of a helicopter off the boot, but they go through the middle nonetheless. But yeah, he's just such a presence going forward for Redland, and Sydney Uni really need to get control of him, because a couple of chances now he's taken. Kicked 5 last week, so certainly got it in him to draw him back in the game and back to 10 points.
Well, he's proved he can kick it from 2 spots really there in that left pocket. He's kicked it from just out on the arc, close to the boundary line, and he was a little bit further infield on that attempt. So the ball comes away for the students. Now they've got some work to do. The pressure applied back on the students in some open real estate. Bonnie takes a mark, uncontested, turns around, right foot kick. Probably not the best one, but it'll find the students through Jack. In fact, it's Edwards. Edwards kicks over the top, just goes over the head of Potter. Now the Bombers will clear it through the midfield. Terrific work from Hamilman. Now they've got an opportunity. Goes right foot, strong kick from Matt Hamilman. Goes down towards forward 50. Picked up off the carpet. Terrific work there from the Bombers. Now it comes uncontested. Ball back in field. Nicely picked up by Christensen. Can he kick a goal from there? No. Goes wide. Clever work though. The lead up was pretty. The finish not so great, but that's got to give the Bombers some confidence.
Would have been special from that range too, I have to say. But yeah, again, it's just that commitment to the footy, that pressure. Sydney Uni not allowed to settle and pick off their options.
So good looking kick there from the students. Finds Derricks, but it's been marked there now by the Bombers. And not paid. So the ball comes back the way of the students. Ball goes over the top, but it's a poor kick that finds the boundary line. So a disappointing kick there for the students. Morrison, the player on that occasion. Ball comes back the way of the students. Now it's over the top. Played away nicely. Burke kicks it downfield. And again, a wasted opportunity there for Sydney. Put 2 into the drink, so to speak. Now, this is where the Bombers really have got to get themselves back in this contest. The margin is 9, 55 to 46. But it's opportunities like that that they really need to pounce on.
Yeah, 100%. And Sydney Uni, they've had a couple of times to sort of switch out of defence, and they've just thrown it on the boot, given the pressure. So the Bombers are forcing these mistakes. And as you said, they need to capitalise because they deserve a result on the scoreboard, but at the moment, been a little bit wasteful.
So close to half-time here at Henson Park in this round 2 clash between the Students and the Bombers. Ball pushed away, nicely just kicked off the carpet there by Tommy Young. Goes across the midfield, played away nicely. Bombers try to battle the football. Good kick over the top. Bounced nicely. The pickup wasn't such a great one for the Bombers, but it's played away beautifully to Christensen. Christensen gives it back in field. Now it comes back the way of Hiscox. Hiscox, ball goes over the top. Chance here for Fong. Battles his way through some traffic well. Kicks into some open real estate. Goes over the top and it's marked on that far side. So now Edwards will have the chance. Smart little kick along the boundary line. Finds Derricks on the far side. Derricks now has the opportunity to do something with the footy for Sydney Uni. Played away nicely, but it's gone the way of the Bombers. And it's gone to Williams. So now Williams will play the football, the towering player. Just at the back there, kicks it nicely over, goes back the way of Williams. Williams will have another crack. This time, get a bit more toe on the ball. Find 40, but it'll go into the arms of the Students. And Barton will have the football for them. So now, what will they do with the footy? Good kick across field. Goes back towards the middle, picked up by Fong. Fong marks from about 40 out. He's going to have a crack himself. He might have rethought that. Geez, I don't know if he's going to have a crack here himself. He's certainly taking a decent straight. I don't even think Winks will run that far this afternoon at the Championships at Randwick.
I think you'll see a talk from here.
Well, Sam Fong kicked a goal from a similar position. It's a little further to the right. This one a little bit more straight on. Can Fong go back to back here? Kicks it from the arc. On its way. And wide.
Certainly got the range, but that's where Redland sort of undo the good work they do around the footy, is they just drop off in defence. A couple of one-on-one contests, players free around forward 50, which is just criminal. And you've got guys like Fong who can kick from that kind of range too.
Yeah, so where do you think he went wrong with that kick? Was the distance maybe just not there for him, or could he have gone for another option?
I think in hindsight maybe he should have, but he's certainly got the range. But again, I think just maybe right on his range and going for power, just sometimes you just spray it a little bit.
So the ball will come back the way for the umpires here. And go down towards Yagmore. We'll have this clearing kick from the goal square. So 31 gone in this term, 56 to 46. The margin is 10 to the Students. They led by 2 at quarter time. Ball goes over the top, pushed away by the Bombers, cleared away. Hamilman did particularly well under some traffic. Geez, it was a high shot. Play on is the call from the umpires. Goes down the way, and the siren sounds. It goes to the Students. It won't matter. No more play will take place. What a half of footy. What a quarter of footy. It's Sydney Uni that lead it 8-8, 56 to the Redland Bombers 6-10, 46. You've got some stats from the first half, but mainly the second quarter.
Yeah, I guess the chief stat we need to talk about is Redland. More scoring shots than Uni, but they trail, and that's a result of pressure, but also, you know, when you do get these opportunities inside 50, you need to capitalise. I mean, 10 behinds, you know, a lot of them being rushed, but given the pressure, but yeah, need to turn that into points, because they could well and truly be leading this game. And given the effort they've shown, they probably deserve to in some aspects. But talking of that pressure, look at the tackle count, 25 to 17. That's the story of this game. It's what's keeping them in it. Sydney Uni love to break, but they just haven't been afforded time to pick off their options. Hopefully that commitment turns around in the second, because Redland faded last week. If they can stay committed today, keep the energy up, they're well and truly in this game.
Well, Sydney Uni led by 2 points at quarter time. At half time, they lead by 10. The question is, will Sydney Uni go on with this and win the game, or will the Redland Bombers fire back? Find out on the other side of the break. It's round 2 action from Henson Park. It's the Students and the Bombers on EFL TV. Oh, I see, right. Well, welcome back to Henson Park for the second half of this round 2 clash between the students and the Bombers. John O'Farr and Adam Santarosa in broadcast this afternoon. Here, higher perched the King George V stand. Adam Santarosa, how did you see the second quarter and what's some stats to come out of that?
Yeah, it was Redlands applying the pressure, not allowing Sydney Uni to settle. They really fought back well late in that term and probably, had they taken some of their chances, could have had the lead. But for mine, it's just the pressure again. That tackle count favours Redland. They need to keep that up here in the third. Sydney Uni, disposals, possession, all favours them. They just need to be a little bit cleaner with their skills. The way they transition the ball, that should see them in front.
So the ball, a bit scrappy there from the midfield play. Now the Bombers have a chance now here. Good opportunity here for Copland. There's a fair way out here, but he seems pretty confident, the young fellow, to have a crack at this. He's got a few numbers in the goal square. It'd be interesting to see how this takes place. Copland moves in. Right foot kick. Good looking strike. Swings to the left of the posts and short. Picked up by the students and cleared. Nice work by Foster to clear it. Ball goes away to Yagmore. Oh, used his body superbly there. Peter Yagmore kicks it towards the goal square. Bounces awkwardly, but the students have numbers at the back. They'll try and clear it. Hand pass goes along the back line. But Barton will struggle with the football. And it goes out of bounds. So a little bit of pressure applied there early from the Bombers over the students.
Yeah, good to see, and it's been the trend in the opening 2 quarters for them. It's what's kept them in the game. Sydney Uni looked like kicking away there midway through the second. So they want to lock this in and convert that pressure into points.
So the margin is 11 points, 56-45 in favour of the students. Goes across field and played away. Young tries to battle with the football. Comes away to Tagliabue. Work from Young. Gets the football away under some heavy traffic. Bombers now try to clear the football over the line. Swung around the back line. Gives it across field and the ball will go to ground as yet another plane zips over the head of us here at Henson. Comes out the back from the Bombers. They kick down the line. Terrifically marked there by Hamelman. And now Hamelman has this opportunity. So it's sort of the same side, but a different side, based on the fact they're running the other way here for the Bombers.
Yeah, I love how I said in the second quarter that most of the action is on this side of the ground, the grandstand side of the ground, and it's been nothing but since then. So this is a big kick, though. He's really keeping Redland in this game.
Hamelman moves in, strikes it. Pretty good-looking kick, but it goes across the face of goal and unsuccessful. So that would have been a crucial one. So just the behind now. So now the margin goes back to that 10-point. 8-8-56 plays 6-10-46. We're about 2.5 played in this third term, second half. Clash between the students and the Bombers. Derrick's nice mark. Just tries to look for some support, allows his teammates to zip up the park. Good kick across field. Derrick's ball goes to Tagliabue. Plays it in the middle. Hand pass was a good one from Tommy Young. Kicks it down towards centre half forward. Bonnie's on the float. Tries to get the footy. Yagmore under some pressure. Cleared it well. Nicely back away there over the top from Miller. Miller kicks it down towards the arc. Ball's picked up off the boundary line there by the students. Comes away Lucy. Tried to come over the top. Bit of a milestone game for Austin Lucy, bringing up number game 100 in the NEAFL competition. He's had a pretty storied record in the NEAFL. I was reading the article from Miles Steadman earlier in the week, one of the aspiring journalists in our NEAFL broadcast team. And that was one of the little facts that I picked up leading into this game as the students now battle on the arc. Good looking kick towards goal. Picked up off the line. Yagmore tries to clear it. Good work there from the students. Bit of a high shot there on Williams. He's gone to ground. Geez, the scrap continues here, Adam.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Uni, though, this start of this quarter. They seem like they're using the run a bit more. Just a little bit calmer around. You know, the pressure's still there for Redland, but they're just being a little bit smarter the way they move it.
So Christensen, apologies there. Ball goes across field. Played away to the Bombers. Through the midfield they go. Hand pass over the top was a good one to Simmons. Simmons works it now, but the students have possession of the football. Barton will kick to some open real estate. Will it go towards the boundary line? No, it'll find it well short. And now the students will try and kick it back in field, taken away. Now the students battling through some traffic. Hand pass over to some open real estate. Ball comes away the boundary line. Over on that far side, and Foster will have the possession of the footy for the students. So the margin is 10 points. Now away we go through the middle, and the students. Edwards, hand pass was a good one. Students working it through down towards centre half forward. Chance here for Derricks. The ball will pop around the cars and go out of bounds.
Yeah, you just saw there in defensive 50, Sydney Uni, they got lucky, they got out of it, but again, it's the overuse of the kick. A simple handball got them out of pressure, and you saw Sean Edwards there. Simple handball just opened things up, got them into forward 50, but again, it's the tendency to put it on the boot. You know, they have options, just simple handball, and you're away.
So just a bit of a battle for the ball to pick it out of the car park there. Always a trick for new players here at Henson. You've got to position your car well, because the last thing you want is a Sharon going through your front windscreen. As the ball goes away for the students, picked up by Edwards. Edwards now on the arc, uses it beautifully, kicks it down towards centre half forward. Into some open real estate. Tommy Young picks it up. The scrap was clever. Fong couldn't come through and pick up the football, so the chance goes begging there for the students. The umpire steps in, and now Redland will try and clear it off their goal square. Looking for some options. O'Sullivan will kick long. Down towards centre half forward, marked over the top there by Hamilman, but pushed out of bounds. The spoil was on for the students. So just over 6 minutes gone in this third term now. It was 2 points the margin at quarter time, 10 points the margin at half time. And now it stays at that 10-point margin in favour of the students in this third term. Ball comes to Jack. Did particularly well to try and get the football. Sirakowski, ball comes away. Now they work it through Foster. Foster kicks through the middle. Clever work there from Wilson. Wilson has possession. Good kick down towards centre half forward on the arc. Marked by Tommy Young. Young, little kick over the top. Intercepted by Yagmore. Clever work there from the Bombers. Comes across. Handball over the top was a beautiful one to Williams. Williams will kick it down the boundary line, and Hamilman will watch it go out of bounds.
Yeah, temperature has increased during the halftime break. 31 degrees at the moment. Again, tough work for the players, and the pressure of the Bombers, we've harped on it, of course. It's been such a strength for them today. Can they continue that given the heat out there? They did fade last weekend. Just 3 goals in the second half. Can't see that happening today if they want to win this one.
Well, I think the fact that the margin stayed at 10 points is probably telling. Maybe the temperature has got a fair bit to do with it, as now the Bombers through O'Sullivan will kick along the boundary line. Chance now for them. They'll kick over on the far side, and it will be the 14 in Rolls that goes down centre wing. Goes infield. Opportunity now for the Bombers. What can they do? They need to get themselves back in this contest. A confidence goal will do wonders for them. Hand pass through the middle. Clever work from the Bombers. Good kick, but it was intercepted there. Stephen was strong, but unfortunately the numbers were stronger for the students. And the ball will go out of bounds. A disappointed Matt Thompson sees it go over the chalk. And now the boundary throw in to take place. This massive opportunity here for the Bombers to really put on some points.
Yeah, just looking at the body language of some of the Sydney Uni players too, struggling in these conditions, I think. Hands on hips. It's still very early in the third quarter. They've just had a big break, but maybe again it's that pressure.
So the ball comes away for the Bombers. Cleverly worked down towards the arc. It's a towering kick that's pushed away over the top. Oh, beautiful work there through the middle, but the students have the numbers. Comes away, but now the Bombers work particularly well. Good looking kick for the Bombers down towards goal, but it will be marked there just outside the goal square. Good work from Ryan Dadds in the lead up there, but just couldn't quite get the possession playing. Ball goes along the boundary line for the students. Played away, Bonnie. He's looked a little stronger in this third term. Comes down towards, oh gee, there was a heavy hit on Aaron Day. And the players come through. I've got a feeling it was Craig Malone, the player, that's come through with a shoulder bump. It'll result in a free kick. But geez, frustration starting to show for the Bombers.
I thought he might have paid 50 as well, but yeah, that one, I mean, he's made him earn the mark certainly, but I guess it's that fraction. It's obviously late. It's just that fraction where you could probably make an argument maybe he's trying to still compete for the footy but got a little bit wrong, but free kick in the end and they pay the price with the goal.
Well, Aaron Day converts it through the big sticks. He got a little bit of penance there. He sort of probably got bumped to about 30 out and kicked from about 15. So a penalty was given there. But, yeah, they've paid the ultimate price there. Now the margin goes to 16. So the only difference really in the margin so far. And we're about 10 minutes played in this third term. So good game of footy. Gee, the standard, it's really been impressive for the two games that I've seen in the NEAFL so far. The Swans and Giants last week, it was a terrific win by the Giants by 4 points, and this one is really proving to be a thrilling contest right across 2.5 quarters so far as Sirakowski has possession of the ball. Good work from Edwards to scrap, but the ball comes the way of the Bombers. Hand pass over the top was a good one. Clever work there into Thompson. Thompson marked beautifully infield by Copland. Copland has the chance, has the confidence, moves on the arc. Good right foot kick in towards goal square, over the top. Chance here now for the Students. They'll battle it back. Ball goes along the fullback line. Kicked across nicely by Lucy. Lucy now with the possession of the footy. Goes long and strong down into some open real estate. This is where the Students are dangerous. Can it be picked up by Burke? No, it can't be. The bounce is unkind and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I've noticed a bit of a shift this quarter, particularly around the packs, crumbing. It's all the Students. That was very different in the first half. It was all the Bombers when the ball hit the deck. Not so this quarter.
So boundary throw in to take place. 11 gone, 16 the margin now. So 62 to 46 comes the way of the Students. Play through the middle, more scrapping going on there. Hand pass nicely to Potter. He'll kick down towards centre half forward, but it's a terrific mark there from the Bombers. Taken over the top. What have they got now? So it's a good looking kick there from Mills. Mills will kick over the top, but unfortunately he's probably got a bit too much reach on it. It'll go into some open real estate before it goes out of bounds. A couple of changes for the Students. Bodies come off. And it looks like Barkley's about to come on as well as Edwards. And for Redland, it looks as though Ryan Dadds is about to make his way back onto the paddock as well as Bartoli Simmons. So go back to the live action now, and Sirakowski can only be a spectator and watch it as well as Austin Lucy and Jackson Potter. Brad Howard just comes through. Terrific player, Brad Howard. He played some strong minutes last year for the Bombers. Really led to a lot of their success in 2017. It was a disappointing finish for the Bombers. Ball comes away. That man Howard just over the top, trying to play his role. But I mean, the effort is there. It's just unfortunately just not the execution at times for the Bombers.
Yeah, their entries into 50 can be a little bit cleaner at times. They do have some options going forward, but it's just that skill error that's letting them down.
So it's a scrappy play in the middle. And Potter will be the man with the footy that has the ball. Tries to play it along the line, down centre wing, down towards centre half forward. Nicely taken there by Matt Wilson. Wilson now has an opportunity. There's some numbers in front of him, but he looks... In fact, he's just changed his flight plan of the ball, and it comes down towards centre half forward. Over the top was Aaron Day, but it was clever work there by the Bombers to prevent any further progression. Probably should have kicked towards the middle. He had Foster, and he had the 41 there for the Students. In Goulden. So now we go back to live action now. Real tug-of-rope battle here as Ryan Dadds comes on for the Bombers. Pushed away nicely by the Students. Just over the top. Clever work there from the Bombers though in attack. Good work from Brad Rees in the end to see the play go to ground. They're scrapping here pretty well, the Bombers. Sirakowski's a passenger in that particular play, watches the ball fly away. Now the Bombers play the ball. This is an opportunity that they needed. Clever work through the midfield, over the top, but it's a strong mark taken by the students that will see play take place inside forward 50. Hiscock's tried his best. Picked up off the carpet by the Bombers. Students are appealing for a call. What are your thoughts on it, Adam?
Yeah, I thought that was fair enough. Thought it was a high tackle. They waited giving it, but fair enough in the end.
So Howard will kick it across field. Now they have a chance through Williams. Goes over on the far side to Baker. Baker now with a chance. Kick downfield. Kicked along the boundary line and it'll go out of bounds. So we hope you're enjoying the coverage here on NEFL TV, all thanks to our broadcast partner Bar TV. And it's a wonderful competition, the NEFL. It's now 2 rounds old. And it's all thanks to Elastoplast, the major sponsor. As the ball comes the way of the Bombers. They've got some work to do now. They're still in this contest though. The fight is on here at Henson. Ball goes off the carpet. Christensen tried to do his best there. Comes the way of Potter. So the students will take it back through the middle. Got a little away from Lucy, but he did particularly well to position himself to get the footy. Comes the way of Rees. Rees will kick it for the Bombers through the midfield. Chance now through the middle, through Copland. Copland will go right and left side. Kick it high, down towards centre half forward. Students will take an uncontested mark deep down there through Barton, who seems to be limping on that foot.
Yeah, I don't know if Sydney Uni have dropped players into defence, maybe a loose man in defence, because they just seem to outnumber in that defensive 50.
So 16 points to margin in favour of the students, but the Bombers, they're coming back. They need a goal desperately. Comes the way of Mills, kicks it down towards centre half forward. Ball's played away. Christensen tried to get it off the carpet. He'll give it back. Now they have a chance through Copland. Copland will kick long and strong down towards the goal square. Hamilman did his best. Not much real estate to work in. Chance there from Goulden for the students. Kicks it down towards the field. Played in the middle. Chance now through Hamilman. Good work from O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan works it beautifully. The Bombers are building something here, but it goes the way of Jack. And just when they build something, they seem to let themselves down with a key error.
Yeah, they just need another target in their forward 50. Himmelman is obviously that strong presence. When he does a lead and no one really comes in behind, he does open up space at times too.
So Sirakowski will kick it in field. Good work from Dimmery, and now the students will bring it through the midfield. This is where they're strongest, but it's got a little away from Jackson Potter. O'Sullivan did particularly well in the one-on-one contest. Brilliant work from him. Kicks it across field. Now finds Christensen. What can he do? What can the Bombers do? They're lifting and playing nicely here. Good kick across field. Over the top, played away. The Bombers try to battle it through the midfield. Nicely on the arc. Cleverly worked there from Walsh. And it'll be a ball up. In fact, it's a free kick. So a chance now for the Bombers. They kick infield. Goes towards inside forward 50. It's a strong mark taken through the middle. Player is injured. It's gone the way of Jackson Payne, who's kicked some goals in this match. And now this goal, or this chance of a goal, will really bring the Bombers back into the contest here, Adam.
Yeah, a crucial kick, and they have had to scrap this last 5 or so minutes. Not a lot on the scoreboard, but been in and around the 50. Now they've got their chance. They do need to take it.
This will bring the margin closer in if he can kick it between the big sticks. Kicks it wide. Looked like he rushed it there in the end.
Yeah, should have converted that. More or less a given. Did such great work taking the mark, and you've got to convert those because at the moment chances aren't coming as freely as perhaps they were in the opening couple of quarters.
Well, it would have put the margin back to 10, but the margin now goes to 15. So they've reduced it slightly, but probably not as much as they would have liked. It's a disappointing kick there from the students over the top. The Bombers fly high. And the penalty has gone the way of the Bombers. So they now have a chance But some interesting work there has led to a mistake. And now Burke will kick it and clear it over the head. Now a chance for Day. Tries to pick it up off the carpet. Pushes one away. Pushes another. Good-looking kick over the top to Potter. Potter has the work. Lucy now. Good-looking kick to Dimmery. Dimmery over the top. Now Jack. Jack works it beautifully. Kicks it through the midfield. Chance here for the students. They fly high. Picked up off the carpet. Ball goes over the top. Wilson picked it up. Potter now just floats around the arc. Gives the ball back in field. Nice work from the students. They kick it down towards Bonnie, but the ball goes out of bounds and in between the cars. So they really let it up well. They built it nicely, but maybe some pressure from the Bombers just led to that mistake there from the students.
Yeah, again, just overuse of the kick. The foot skills, at times just a simple handball. Just floating a kick up, it just takes a couple of seconds to reel it back in and just slows down the breakaway.
15 points the margin. We're about 20 minutes played in this third term. Socketed off the carpet by both sides, and now the students try to just clear it. Potter now has the footy, has a crack at goal, kicks it, straightens it up. Bombers and students trying to battle around. Oh, that's a terrific goal from Jack Hiscox. Geez, he did well. Put himself in a beautiful position. It really opened up, and when Jack Hiscox has real estate, results happen.
Yeah, and that hurts the Bombers big time because they should have had a goal at the other end. They didn't take it. Sydney Uni come and turn, a half chance into a goal. Well taken in the end. And just at the moment, the trend I'm seeing in the game is just around the contest, Sydney Uni seem to have a loose man at most times. They've just got someone floating out the back. It means they can get quick possession and then they get on a roll down the ground. And we saw that wasn't possible in the opening quarters because the Bombers were providing that pressure. And I think Uni have sort of worked that out. They can see that they're all getting sucked into the ball and there's an outlet and then they're away.
Well, it's really looking good there with a 15-point margin, but now it's starting to look a little ugly for the Bombers now that that margin has gone to 21. But they have got the talent to peg themselves back. Stay with us to find out if they do. Ball's pushed away by both sides. Bombers trying to battle with the football. A little scrapping contest going on right across these, 2 and a bit quarters, almost 3. Pushed away now. Clever work from the students. Good clearing kick there. Down towards centre half forward. Infield down towards inside forward 50. But the mark has been taken there by Baker. And now Baker will try and clear it off the line. They need something big here, the Bombers. Nice little 1-2 combination. Goes back to Baker. Marks to himself. Hand pass over the top. Clever work here. O'Sullivan now has work to do for the Bombers, but clears it nicely. Just over the head of some of his teammates. It was Damien Stephen, the man that was closest. And the ball will go out of bounds. So probably got away with it a little bit there. Sort of bunched up a little bit too much. Maybe just not reading that play. Sort of resulted in the ball going out of bounds. But anyway, they've got another chance and they've got good field position to really build on this. Chance, Salter tries to pick it up off the ground. Opportunity now through the Bombers. They kick it down towards forward 50. It's gone into open real estate. Real healthy battle for the ball. Off the carpet it comes. Back inside. Students battling for the ball. Christensen did particularly well to try and keep the ball alive for his side. And the Bombers now will lose possession and it goes the way of the students. So, just a really healthy battle going on out there today, Adam.
Yeah, Bombers needed something out of that entry into 50. They've been few and far between, but just not getting the breaks at the moment. Chance here, though.
Well, the smother has comes back away. Chance now. Hand pass over the top was a clever one. Good work from Copland. Didn't know where the ball went. His opposing number, Tommy Young, tries to pick it up off the carpet. Opportunity now for the Bombers, but it's Barkley that prevents any further progression. It'll be a ball up right in front of goal. So a huge opportunity here for the Bombers. They get a goal here. This will do wonders for their confidence. Students push it away. Off the carpet goes Barkley. They clear it nicely through Foster. Foster kicks it into some open real estate, but it's been marked by the Bombers. And now Thompson has a chance to kick in field. Opportunity through Salter. Salter will kick long and strong down towards forward 50. They fly high. Ball comes loose. Hand pass over the top was a clever one. picked up off the carpet by Jack, and Jack clears it for the students away, and it will go out of bounds. Too much toe.
They got lucky there, the students. It was a 3-on-1 contest, and 3 students flew and spoiled each other, so they were lucky. Bounce of the ball sort of went their way, and they got it clear.
68 plays 47, about 24 gone in this third term. We hope you're enjoying the action. All thanks to our broadcast partner, Bar TV. The full competition brought to you by Elastoplast as the ball comes through the line. And it's pushed away there by the 39 in Jackson Payne, who's had a pretty good game overall, really. Probably the thing he's got to work on is maybe just those set shots.
Yeah, he's had opportunities, and obviously that's come through. The good work, if he presents well, is a good target, but yeah, converting is what's hurt them at times today.
Pushed away nicely. Good opportunity here for the Bombers. Comes away. Tommy Young tries to scrap after it, but it's picked up by the Bombers, and now they've got an excellent chance. They kick through the midfield. Chance here, and it's been marked close to the line. So Jackson Payne, the man we've just given a wrap, has a huge opportunity to reduce this margin and really bring the Bombers back into this contest as we fast approach three-quarter time.
I'll tell you, a wrap, that is some mark. 3-on-1, takes it one-handed.
And he's kicked a goal. Well, it just gets better and better for Jackson Payne.
We just criticised his goal kicking. He's made us eat our words there, but you've got to kick those ones. But, mate, that was one hell of a mark. Palmed him off, his defender off with one hand, took it in the other. One for the highlight reel, I'm sure, at the end of the season. But that's what they needed. They had the territory. They had them locked in that forward 50, but just hadn't been able to convert. They finally get a goal. That does bring the margin back. Still in this game, but still you sense the students, just the way that they transition so quickly, you need to make them pay.
Well, it's 15 points the margin now, courtesy of that goal from Jackson Payne. He's probably one of their leading goal scorers this afternoon, the Bombers. Interested to see those stats on Champion Data. We'll have all that information for you at the three-quarter time break, which is not too far away. Ball's pushed away. Sydney Uni trying to battle it through. Austin Lucy's been asked to play on and kicks it through the line. So clever work there. Playing to the whistle, not to the man. Ball comes away. Good work from Hiscox in flotation. Just ball comes back infield. Nicely played through the midfield. Bombers try to target it over the top. Barton gave the ball away. Now it's a chance here. Barkley, good clever work there from Edwards. Edwards kicks from centre square. Down towards forward 50. Into some open real estate. Picked up by Day, but he couldn't control it. Taken off the carpet by the Bombers. Wrapped around the corner was Baker. And the play on call has been there. So there seems to be a call for playing the advantage, but it'll go the way of the Sydney Uni side. Now Harry Morrison has this chance to maybe bend it back around and give that margin back to 21 points if he can kick a goal here. Almost in the shadows of three-quarter time, Adam. Big goal coming up here for Sydney Uni. He swung it back, but not far enough, and it goes wide of the posts, and the margin goes from 15 to 16.
That would have hurt big time had that gone through. You saw just how hard the Bombers had to toil to get a goal of their own, and first time back in forward 50, rightfully holding the ball. If they had to kick that, I think that could have just broken the spirit a little bit of Redland.
So the Bombers will try and clear it off the line through Yagmore. Beautiful work. It goes into some open real estate. Picked up off the carpet. Clever work from Salter. Now comes through Howard. Howard gives the ball across field. The Bombers, they push it through the line. Taken beautifully. Now the Bombers, they will try to bring it through the line. Kicks through the midfield. There's opportunities there. The hand pass to Christensen was beautiful. He kicks down towards forward 50. Hamilman's in open space and marks. Cleverly just holds onto the footy. Could have gone on, been the hero, but he's slowed down the play and it's given himself a better chance at goal.
Yeah, brilliant footy from Redland. They moved it so well. Great hands around the pack. Good use of the handball, and this is a huge chance. If this goes through, they are well and truly in this game.
16 points the margin. Can Hamilman bring it back to 10? He's on his preferred side. Huge opportunity here for the Bombers to reduce the margin. Right foot kick. He's got it. The goal is there. A much needed one, as Adam Santa Rosa said. And now the margin, Well, it goes back to 10 points.
Well,
Almost three-quarter time.
My heart's fluttering. You only just snuck that one in, but they all count. He's third for the day. But, yeah, that was, I guess, we see Sydney Uni, how well they can move it in transition. That was a complete role reversal. First time today, I've really seen the Bombers put it together, go from defence to attack. But it goes to show they can break well. And just for the moment, they're on top, I think, these last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, they certainly are. Payne Dads and the two in Rees comes on for the Bombers, so a little bit of strength there for them. But yeah, they've played well the last couple of minutes, the Bombers. You're right, Adam. But here come the students up through the middle. Smothered kick from Edwards, just bounces a couple of times inside forward 50. Yagmore tries to clear it, but it's gone the way of Foster. Hand pass was a good one. Dimmery gives it to Sierakowski. Sierakowski plays it nicely, and the ball goes away to Thompson. Thompson just holds up the line, very close to three-quarter time. Kicks it down the line to Bonnie. Bonnie turns around, had too much space, too much time, and Damien Bonnie kicks a goal. And the students, they're back in front by 16.
Yeah, and there you see the most telling sign in this quarter. Redland, hands on hips, hands on heads. It's a sign of they worked so well and they just let Sydney Uni off the hook. They take a goal and now the advantage goes back to the students.
Oh, you just really can't give someone like Damien Bonnie that much space, especially close to goal inside that forward 50 area. And some work, as you said earlier, has been undone there from the Bombers. They've got the ability to really have a big final term. I just can sense it here. They're not out of this contest. This is a very different university side. And they're playing a little bit of uncharacteristic footy, a real scrappy game so far. They had a scrappy win last week that they weren't particularly happy with. And they seem to be just sort of scrapping their way through here. They were much more dominant in the early rounds of 2017. So different look Sydney Uni side, but on the positive, a different looking Redland Bombers side, which is a good thing for the competition. Ball's played away, nicely played back through Salter. Salter kicks down, they got a chance here, the Bombers. Hamilman on the fringes, just tries to pick it up. Barkley gives it away to Barton. Barton kicks it down the boundary line. Oh, it's marked over the top there by Rees. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Players appealing for it, but it's gone the way of the Bombers. So now they have a real opportunity here to try and get this margin back to, well, at least 10 points before quarter time. Three-quarter time, that is. Now the kick will be long and strong. It was 10 points at half-time. It's 16 at the moment. Ball's picked up off the carpet. Good work from Copland. Turns around. Oh, it's marked there, but it was bouncing off the post. And unfortunately, it was Hamilman that had the Sherrin in the hands, but just couldn't capitalise with a mark.
Yeah, they need something here. They've done well. Lock it in forward 50, but it's been the story of the day. They just haven't been able to convert the pressure.
Ball goes away, pushed away nicely. The numbers are strong for the Bombers. Comes away to Simmons. Simmons just plays it off the carpet. Picked up off the ground. Christensen can only watch it. And Walsh will be the player that goes to ground. So the ball up is there. In fact, it goes to free kick for Sydney Uni. So the margin, 16 points. 75 plays 59. We are in the shadows of three-quarter time. Day tries to push it away for the students. Can't quite get high enough, and the ball goes out of bounds. So the boundary throwing will take place just on the left-hand side of our broadcast position in the King George V stand. Ball comes across field. Tagliabue plays it well. Pushes away nicely. Some clever work there from the 14 and rolls. Plays it back nicely. Chance here for the Bombers. They turn it into points, but no, they don't. There's away it goes to Young. Comes away to Jack. Jack has some open real estate. Good kick over the top. Oh, it was Burke that was the designated target, but Edwards has now picked up the scraps. Looks a little bit lost, but finds Jack on the fringe. Now Jack has another crack at it. Ball goes towards Bonnie, but he can't quite get the contest. The numbers are strong for the Bombers. The siren sounds, and that is three-quarter time here at Henson Park. It's a thrilling game we're seeing so far. It's 11-9-75, plays 8-11-59. The margin is 16 points in favour of the students. They've led it all three terms. Adam Santarosa joins me in commentary. How did you see that third term, and what's some of the stats and information from that you gathered?
Yeah, I felt the students were probably better around the contest. It's what let them down. That pressure of Redland really dominated the first half, but they seemed to work it out. You know, they had quick clearances, they could move the ball quickly, and we saw them really take command, but they went off the boil a little bit in that turn. In the end, you know, the Bombers fought their way back into it. They've had to scrap. They probably just haven't taken their chances in front of goal. You know, 11 behinds, only 8 goals kicked. You know, 2 or 3 more of them, they have the lead. It's just that composure, and I guess at the end of that quarter we saw in the big moments those key players for the students standing up, and that's been the difference so far in the third term.
Well, the students look strong, but the Redland Bombers looked a little stronger. Will they listen to Adam Santarosa's advice and go on with it? Find out on the other side of the break. It's three-quarter time here at Henson Park between the students and the Bombers. It's the students by 16 points. We'll be back with the final term in just a few moments.
Oh, you didn't even know you did it. All right, that's cool. Yeah, cool, thanks. Cool, yeah, see ya.
Well, welcome back to Henson Park for this final term in this thrilling clash between the Sydney University students and the Redland Bombers here at Henson Park. It's a terrific game of footy. We've really enjoyed the first 3 quarters. The margin is 16 points in favour of the students. John O'Farr and Adam Santarosa in commentary. Adam, who do you see winning this contest?
Yeah, it's in the students' hands, and that's what a lot of people expected coming in, but you've got to credit the Bombers. They've really fought to get in this position. They need a response, though, if they're going to turn this around.
So you're watching the live pictures on Bar TV. Great to have them as a proud broadcast partner of the NEFL. Ball's pushed away nicely. Yagmore tried his best, but Lucy did particularly well. Now Young storms through the middle for the students. Kicks it down towards Day, but can't quite find him. And now the Bombers have it and clear it. They tried it, but it comes back the way of the students. But they've kicked wide. So a bit of a rushed attempt there from the students, maybe early doors, final term.
Yeah, I was going to say there at the start of the 4th term that, you know, a couple of goals here from Uni can really blow this game open and really kill off, I guess, the resistance of the Bombers. So Redlands need to just hang tight.
Well, maybe one goal from the Bombers that really shakes up the students. It certainly did midway through that 3rd term as the ball comes away for the students. They look strong but under pressure here, battling with the football. They've got numbers. They're not really doing much with the football. A rush kick sees it go towards the boundary line. Chance now for Copland. Will try and pick it up off the carpet. Turns around. Good looking kick back in field, and that's a terrific mark taken. Now Thompson has this chance. Probably can't kick it from there, but a more sensible option will be probably to kick towards Jackson Payne, who's just making his way towards the goal square. And maybe Christensen, who's just in front of him. Thompson will have a crack at it. It's a good-looking kick. Geez, it's got the distance. Has it got there? Ha, ha, ha! Take a bow, son. Thompson kicks a ripper. And that is the goal that might have brought the Bombers back into this contest.
That is a great kick, and that's exactly what they needed. We said they needed a response at something like that that gives them a bit of enthusiasm to keep fighting the way they have today. But look, players have had enough looks at that pocket so far today. A lot of them misread it. That was absolutely perfect. Weren't really backing him in, but didn't he prove us wrong? That's a great kick.
Yeah, it just snuck in there. Geez, it would have been a coat of paint involved between the Sheridan and the post. But it has got there. And now, well, we've got a ball game on our hands. The quarter just over 2 minutes old. Now we're back to 11 points, the margin. Ball's pushed away, nicely played by the students, but now the Bombers have got it. Now they're starting to play with a little bit more confidence. That's probably what they needed from that goal earlier. Ball's played off the carpet. And Kyle Walsh, the man that goes to ground with the Sharon. The coaching staff to our right-hand side was certainly happy with that result there from Thompson. Ball pushed away. And it goes to ground again. So another ball up will take place just near the arc.
Yeah, I've liked the response I've seen. I mean, there were periods there where Uni were really in control of that 3rd term, but you know, the Bombers have kept fighting. They're well and truly in this now, and they've got a sniff of it. They're not going to give it up.
So another contest goes to ground. So pretty scrappy here. Sydney Uni, some of their players are looking fatigued, and rightfully so. We're in the final terms. It's pushed away, just kicked off the carpet nicely. Comes away for the Bombers, comes clear. Barkley has it, the ball back inside, picked up by Young. Now taken up the middle, Sirakowski kicks it over the top, beautifully taken by Day. Day will kick from 65. And, oh, no. It's just bounced through for a behind. I thought for a moment, Adam, it had bounced left and then bounced in.
Yeah, it would have been Uni's day had that bounced in. Sometimes bounce of the ball can really dictate things, but fortunately there, Bombers got off the hook.
Bombers looking pretty here through the midfield. They've got chances. Chance now from Thompson on the far side. He's on the boundary line. He'll kick infield. Nicely played away there. And it'll be Bailey that has the football. So Bailey will kick infield. Nicely played by the Bombers. Looking dangerous at the moment, under some pressure. Good kick downfield there by the 16 in Barnes. Over the top, but marked there by the students.
Yeah, free kick. So fair enough. Thought he was pushed out of it.
So chance now for the Bombers. Can they really get themselves back in the contest? Picked up off the carpet, kicked across the face. A goal. In fact, it's a goal. They've kicked two of the best, the Bombers. Well, Christensen, the recipient of the goal, I thought he kicked it across the face, but it snuck in, and the Bombers, they're back, baby.
Yeah, well and truly, and it's the work around the contest again. You look at Sydney Uni, they've just seemed to drop off. They lack energy here in the final term. I don't know if it's fatigue setting in given the conditions, but it's Redland that are really bringing the pressure, and you're just seeing the ball hits the deck. It's all red shirts around.
Yeah, the numbers are strong and the confidence equally to the task. So now we're just back to that one-goal margin. 16 was the margin at three-quarter time. It was 2 points to the students at quarter time, 10 points the margin at half-time, 16 at three-quarter time. And now we're just back to that one-goal margin, and we are about 5.5 played in this final term. Pushed away by the Bombers. Now they're playing with some confidence. Good clearing kick from Howard. Down towards forward 50. Over the top. The numbers are strong. Christensen's push was good. The chase is on. Thompson tries to win the battle for the football, but it's good hustle there from the 41 in Goulden for the students that sees the ball go out of play. Geez, we've got a great contest here at Henson Park. It was the Giants by 4 points in the opening rounds against the Swans. That was the first game. I guess the Sydney side of the team called, and some other close results in other games, especially Sydney Uni's first game. It's going down to the wire here at Henson. Ball's pushed away nicely. Just from what you've seen from Redland, do you think they can build on this and come back with the victory, or do you think Sydney Uni will hold on?
Yeah, I hope so. It's been 3.5 quarters of pressure and great fight for the football, and I think they'll be. If they can pull it back here, they're well deserving of the victory, but you just hope they can hang in this game, because Sydney can break things open pretty quickly. But at the moment, it's that fight for the ball. You see again, numbers around the pack.
Battling for the football. The Bombers take it back, down through the midfield, down towards centre wing. Hand pass over the top. Malone gives it back in field. Nice kick from Salter. Salter goes inside forward. 50! Strong mark! Oh, doesn't he love that one? So the ball goes across field. He wasn't happy. The mark wasn't paid. And now Lucy has the kick across field. Well, I thought that may have been a bit of happiness there for the Bombers. But in fact, the ball's gone the other way.
Yeah, one of those ones that you see caught every now and then. It was certainly one that could have gone either way. But it was Jackson Payne, and he's been such a presence this fourth term. Really got himself around the footy. Strong target at forward line for the Bombers, but I'll tell you what, had they paid that and he kicks it, game on.
So the ball is played nicely by the students, but pressure comes from the Bombers. That's terrific defence. Sees them getting the football, and Christensen the man. Kicked the last goal for the Bombers. What can he do here for his side to get himself off the canvas? Ball comes across, down towards centre half forward. Bounce not a great one for the Bombers. They run out of real estate and goes out of bounds. Margin is 6 points. Thrilling finish coming up here at Henson. We're about 8 minutes played in this final term. Wonderful afternoon of footy here in Marrickville at Henson Park, the home of the Sydney University students. Of course, this ground has been known for many different things over the years. Ball goes across field, nicely played by Potter. He tries to get the ball away to Lucy. Lucy just battles himself off the carpet, kicked away. Nice clearing kick from the Bombers. Unfortunately, it goes to no one and out of bounds. So the students will have possession of the ball on the line. Really good hustle out there at the moment, Adam.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Loving what I'm seeing. We said they needed a response. They've done exactly that. And at the moment, it's the students that look a bit rattled out there.
So the ball is kicked down the boundary line, down towards centre wing. Opportunity for the students. Good hustle there. Edwards couldn't pick it up. Now it's clever work by the Bombers to bring it back inside. Mark wasn't paid, just scapped off the ground. Knocked away, played away by the Bombers. pushes it back. Clever work there from the 18 in Stephen. Now the boundary throw-in will take place. So this is really where the students have got to watch themselves here, because the Bombers have gone back-to-back goals and they're in a very good position to kick a third.
Yeah, some of the matchups too, they look a bit ragged. I don't know if it's a communication thing or perhaps fatigue setting in, but there's just Redland seem to be able to move a bit more freer than they have been in the first three quarters.
Tries to clear it off the ground. Good work from the students. Sirakowski now with the football. Hand pass across the top there to Lucy. It was a good one. Even better one across field. And now the students bring it down through centre wing. Hiscox has the ball in his hands. He's dangerous when he's got some space. He kicks down towards goal. Now there's an opportunity. Back and forth goes Bonnie. Bonnie kicks cleverly back inside. Picked up by Fong. And Fong marks in front of goal, about 35 out from the goal square. Kick one from right in front. This is probably a harder one. Again, he's gone back the length of the Randwick straight.
Well, this is a big goal if he kicks this, but credit that to Bonnie. I mean, he just showed composure there. A lot of players would have, he's a bit isolated. He would have gone, a lot of players would have gone on their own there, but he just summed it up, waited for the support to come, and then linked with Fong.
Well, can Sam Fong turn this kick into points? Strike is on its way, but it's wide. So maybe a missed opportunity. The wind did pick up just in that sort of lead up. Maybe something to work on for the young kid to maybe just shorten that run up, because the wind certainly picked up in the time that it took him not only go back to the mark, but to come back. So it might be a comfort thing for him, but a missed opportunity there for the students. So the margin goes to 7.
You did see there, though, when the students did get possession, how quickly they moved it. And you see, Redland trying to lock it in, really fight for possession, but Uni just move it so swiftly when they put it together.
So the ball down the boundary line from the Bombers. They need something big here. Oh, good mark from Christensen. Towered high. Positioned himself well. And now they clear. Aaron Christensen kicks down. They move it to Rees. Now just takes his time, probably needs to kick it at this stage. Does well. Goes down towards the students. Barton tries to pick it up on the floater. Sirakowski, nice handball across field. Now it goes away to Burke. Burke gives the ball back inside to Potter. Potter's kick is a good one down the boundary line towards centre wing, towards the arc, but the numbers are stronger for the Bombers when the scrap comes loose. Ball goes on the ground, picked up off the carpet, down towards the goal square. Chance here now for the students. Hiscox is on the prowl and sees the ball go out of bounds. Well, this is a really interesting contest. We're 12 minutes gone. So quality and the standard of the NEFL competition from the two games that I've seen is absolutely top shelf, Adam.
Yeah, certainly seen that today, and I guess the experts going in said Uni should do this comfortably, but hasn't been the case at all.
Yeah, well, it was 48 points the last time these two sides met, back in round 21. But it's a very different set of circumstances on this occasion. The margin just 6 points at the moment. 77 plays 71. Ball off the deck. Just played away nicely. Bombers try to scrap it. Nice work there through the middle. Yagmore needs a big toe, gets a kick. It was smothered there a little bit, but finds its way through the midfield. Clever work from Hamilman to try and get the ball, but it was better work there from the students in the end. But Hamilman stayed on his man, and the ball goes to ground. It's Cooper. Now there'll be a ball up right in front of our broadcast position here at Henson Park. Pushed away by the students. Tagliabue did well with using his height cleverly there. Now another ball up to take place, probably about a centimetre to the left of where it was last. Tagliabue tried to use himself well there. Salter through the middle and through the midfield. Kicks down towards forward 50. There's a huge chance here for the Bombers. They've got numbers, but the numbers are pretty strong. Jack tries to pick it up off the deck for the students. Ball goes over the top. Clever work there from the Bombers. Can't quite get the footy to go the way they want, and Stevenson sees the ball go to ground. So, terrific afternoon of footy. We hope you're enjoying the contest here. courtesy of our broadcast partner, Bar TV. Pushed away by Young. Over the top, the students play it. Jack plays it, and Fong watches it go out of bounds. Thrilling final 15 minutes, I'd say, of this quarter still to come. Adam Santa Rosa, how have you made the first 14, and what do you think of the remaining term?
Yeah, I've just loved the commitment around the contest, trying to just make a contest. You saw Hamilman there, no real right to make the tackle, but just determination sees him do it, and that's the difference. They want it a little bit more at the moment.
Steps away now, pushes it nicely. Back across field go the students. Scrap is on. They're over the top. Wilson did well for the students to try and stop the play there. And it'll be a ball up, take place on centre wing. So Barton and Potter look about as though they're coming on. Payne looks like he's coming back on for the Bombers. And they need him in these final stages of this match. They're down by 6 and now have the football. Good kick through the middle. Clever work from the Bombers. Good kick down towards forward 50. They've got the numbers. They've got the height. Couldn't take it from Hamilman. Hamilman still on the ball. Using the real estate well, but it's good work from Foster that sees him put to ground. And they'll go out of bounds adjacent to the post on that left pocket.
Yeah, just smarter use of the footy this quarter from the Bombers. Uni just not really getting their sweeping moves together.
Real chance here for the battle of the footy. Pushes it away. Lucy did particularly well with a juggling act. Comes away. Rees in there for the Bombers. Tries to get possession of the ball. Somehow comes the way of the Bombers. Thompson did particularly well. Barkley under some pressure. Ball goes out of bounds. Really starting to build these final stages of this contest. The margin still 6 points. What do you think that's down to, the fact that it stayed at 6 for a number of minutes here, Adam?
Oh, look, I think fatigue's a factor, no doubt. It has been hard work. Conditions not ideal for players today. It's been very hot here in Sydney, but I think too, just it's getting a little bit scrappy. The pressure's starting to tell, tension's starting to rise. You see more mistakes. It's sort of what we're seeing at the moment.
Ball goes out of bounds there. It's kicked there by Thompson. Good work up from Sirakowski early doors, but the kick from Thompson was good, just fortunately ran out of space. So now the Bombers have a chance on the far side. Kick down towards centre half forward. Good mark taken there, strong mark. That's Hamilman. He kicks over the top. Chance now, pushed away beautifully. The Bombers try to get the football in field. In fact, that mark was taken by the 18 and Damien Stephen. And it was then spoilt by the Sydney Uni students as Hamilman tried to battle for the ball. Fatigue setting in a little bit for the commentators, I think. It's been quite a tense game here. Round 2 of the NEFL competition. Students and the Bombers. Thompson battling the ball, trying to get it away as Rees sees it go out of bounds.
It's Payne holding the ball there. Just relieves the pressure a little bit for Uni.
So now the students have possession of the footy. They've got a couple of options. They kick across the full-back line. Barkley now has it from the goal square. Under some pressure here, the students. It goes over the top. Huge opportunity. Bend, turn, a towering kick from Hamilman. Sees it bounce into open space into the car park and through for a behind.
They got very, very lucky there, the students. It was a little bit silly trying to play out. Option wasn't really on, but I'd like to see him perhaps play on quickly out of the back line. They've got some options to break, particularly down the wing. The likes of Edwards were clear, but it is risky, but they do still have the lead for the moment.
So chance now for both sides. The students with the ball. It's Edwards that kicks it along the ground. Comes off the Bombers and goes out of bounds. So opportunity here for both sides. The margin just 5 points now. Pushed away nicely off the carpet. Ball comes loose. O'Sullivan tries to get the footy. Ball again goes out of bounds. We've played 18 and a bit minutes in this final term. So probably around the 12 or 13 minute mark, possibly more. this final term. The first term went around that 32-33 mark. And the ball goes again out of bounds.
Yeah, Bombers do have a tendency to get sucked to the contest, and Uni have the options, but they're just not using it smart enough. I think they like to see the handball come back into their game a little bit. I think that's what saw them so effective there in the opening of the third term. They've gone back to perhaps overusing the foot skills a little bit.
Work to do for the students. Good clearing kick down towards forward 50. Bounces just short of the arc. Comes away. Nicely played off the carpet. Cleared away by the Bombers. Goes in the hands of the students. And it's taken beautifully there by the 27 for the Bombers in Jack Goodall. Goodall will kick along the ground. It's a good kick. Found his man, but geez, they really panicked there. Now Stephen has a chance of his own. Kicks along the boundary line, down centre wing. They're playing some sensible footy here. Taking some clever marks. It's Rees that has the footy now. It's been good at the back for the Bombers this afternoon. It's a good towering kick. Has it found some red and white jumpers? Bounces into some open real estate. Picked up nicely by Payne. Moved away by Thompson. Pushed along the back line. Chance now. Huge opportunity for the Bombers. They kick towards Hamilman. Can't quite get the football or win the contest. Pushes away is Goulden for the students. Good play away. Comes back the way. The Bombers have got potential here. Nice work from the Bombers. Just trying to push it off the carpet. Edwards. Nice clearing kick. Gives it back in field. Half volley from Derricks was clever. Ball back inside to Wilson. Clever stuff from the students. They move it through the midfield. Goes towards Bonnie. Bonnie now has an opportunity. Took it uncontested. Moves up, straightens up, kicks it from 55, puts the fist in the air! You little ripper! He's kicked a beauty. He knew it from the time it left the boot. And now the margin goes to 11.
That is absolutely brilliant, and that breaks this game open. And a couple of times today, he's just put his stamp on the game. A little bit of brilliance, reading, summing up the situation, backed himself there, and didn't he deliver? What a goal.
Well, we said it earlier in the broadcast, you just can't give Damien Bonnie that much space. And I was chatting to Miles Stedman earlier today and mentioned that we both agree Damien Bonnie really shines in that sort of final term and can kick some goals. He did it last year in the latter period of the season. And, well, that was pretty special from Damien Bonnie.
Yeah, fourth today too. And just in those key moments, we saw latter stages of that third term too. Putting his imprint on the game in important times.
Kicks down towards Young. Tries to mark it. Can't quite get the contest, but still on the ball. Oh, picked up off the scrap. Has he kicked a beautiful goal? Ha ha! It's all going one way for Sydney Uni. First Damien Bonnie, and now Tommy Young.
Well, talk about big name players standing up in the big moments. That was absolutely brilliant again. He's been good today. Did drift out of the game a little bit. He was impressive early, Young, but oh, how about that? A couple for the highlight reel.
Yeah, well, this quarter has been really strong for Sydney Uni. You mentioned earlier, Adam, that Sydney had the ability to be able to go on with this if they really launched. And well, those two goals there from Bonnie and Young, that's really been a fine example of that. Yeah,
and is that the resistance snuffed out for the Bombers? I mean, they've been so good today. Such fight for the footy. Really put the bodies on the line, dominated the tackle count, but just the sharpness of Sydney Uni.
The margin now 17 points, so starting to really get away from the Bombers. And we're about 23 gone in this final term. So some work to do. I mean, they started the term pretty well. A couple of goals there early doors. Picked up off the carpet. Bombers are still in this, I feel. Comes away. Malone kicks it up off the carpet. Bounces favourably. Hamilman tries to push it away. Comes back the way of the students under some pressure. Kicks through the midfield. Taken just off the deck. Bonnie now with a football. Good hand pass. Potter tried his best, but now it comes back the way of the Bombers. Cleverly worked from Williams. Now it comes back from Simmons. Simmons will kick down towards centre half forward. Chance for Thompson, but he can't quite get it. Christensen did particularly well. Hand pass through the middle. Goes through Burke. Burke kicks down towards Young. Young waits for it to go for it. Holds back. Tries to go for the contest. Still battling. Tommy Young kicks it off the deck. Oh, he's kicked two of the best. He may as well retire now. It's not going to get any better for him than that.
I have no idea how he's got to that, winning that contest. He probably should have got a free kick for his efforts as well, but hey, don't worry about that. He's got 2 goals of some quality, and it's turned this one on its head.
Well, 3 quality top-shelf goals. 2 to Tommy Young and 1 to Damien Bonney has really blown this out for Sydney Uni. And now the margin is 23 points. So 25 gone and 23 the margin. Oh, what a contest. What a game. It's really opened up from being at that 6-point margin for so long and then back to 5. You thought the Bombers were really coming, and geez, it's certainly blown out. Have the Bombers got time? Dimmery off the carpet, pushes it away nicely. Here they come through Edwards. Hand pass, a good one. Students working it through Tagliabue. Picked up off the deck. Nicely worked from the Students. Just on the arc, Tagliabue continues the play. Gives the ball back in field. Nicely kicked over the top by Potter. Chance here. Bonnie's there. So too Day. Ball comes loose. Picked up off the fringe from Hiscox. Day works with limited real estate. And it'll go out of bounds just inside the arc.
Yeah, I hope to see the Bombers continue the fight they've shown, because they've been really good for 3.5 quarters. They've sort of dropped off a little bit, and that's got to be expected. The pressure's been immense from them today, and given the conditions, they've got to hold their heads up high, but they don't want to let this one get too far away.
So the ball comes away to Lucy. It's pushed back in field. Zirakowski floating around for the Students. The Bombers working hard to try and get the footy. So we're getting close to that full-time siren, 25 and a bit gone. Margin 23 points. It was 3 solid goals from Sydney Uni that really blew this game right off the paddock. Damien Bonney kicking his 4th, and Tommy Young, what are his numbers in this game, Adam Santa Rosa?
Yeah, 4 for him as well. And as I said earlier, it's just those key players. The game's on the line. They take it by the scruff of the neck. They turn something out of nothing. And that's the difference in this last quarter. A little bit of polish at crucial times.
So the ball up will take place just outside the arc, left-hand side of the broadcast position. Pushed away cleverly by the Bombers. Good work there. Simmons tried to battle it away. Copland tried to get the football, but now here come the Students. Hiscox tried to pick it up off the carpet. Ball comes away. Salter did particularly well. Now it comes away to Rees. Rees has been strong at the back, but he kicks it back in field to Dimmery. Dimmery kicks over the top. Couldn't quite find his man in Day. Ball goes at the back. Chance here now for the Bombers. Good clearing kick there from the 12 in Miller. Pushes it away. Burke tried to get the footy. Now the work is to be done. Brad Howard kicks it down the boundary line. Good clearing kick from him. Terrific work. Now Hammelman all alone. Picks up the ball. Picks up the scraps. Needs some support. Ball comes back, but the numbers are strong for the Students. Terrific defence from the Bombers. Puts the ball to ground. Play on is the call. Students work it through the line. Barton tries to kick it over the top. Now the Students work it through the middle. Hand pass away to Edwards. Edwards now building, slows it down. Kicks it beautifully back in field, and he'll find Derricks. Derricks now just slows the ball. So Young and Bonney go off for the Students. And Malone wants to come back on soon for the Bombers. Ball goes away, nicely pushed back in field. Wilson did particularly well. Thought he had a chance close to goal, but runs out of room and, well, the ball goes out of bounds.
Just on those stats on Tommy Young, you said earlier he's just running back on the ground. 33 disposals today, 4 goals.
Almost close to player of the match.
Well and truly in the conversation. And another one too, Sean Edwards, 33 disposals. Someone that's sort of flown under the radar, had some flashes today, but...
He's kicked 1 or 2, I think, in this contest.
No goals so far.
No goals.
Been involved in a
so
few.
I thought he kicked 1 there at the period. There's been so much action right across these 4 quarters. It's hard to keep up. Ball goes back in field. Derricks, just a towering kick, probably rushed it. High one, bounces off the carpet. Williams did particularly well to scrap it clear. And now they move it now through Simmons. Clever work across from Howard. Now it's kicked along the boundary line, down towards Copland. He takes it, nice mark, back in field, kicks it down towards the Students. Terrific work there from the Bombers in defence. They play it well, comes across the line. Gullen back to Burke. Now it goes over on that far side. Lucy playing his 100th NEFL game. Kicks it back in field and marked close to goal. And now Edwards has a chance, well, to kick his first goal of the game.
No, I did throw you under the bus here, John. He has had one goal today. How can we forget? There's too much happening.
Oh, that's all right. Well, he's going for his second then.
I'll tell you what, he can kick these. He doesn't mind this special goal, practices these a fair bit.
This is almost the Eddie Betts style goal. Moves in, banana kick. He's kicked it wide. So, not quite the Eddie Betts style goal on this occasion, but goes through for a behind. And, the ball is cleared from the goal line, back down towards the Students, try to battle it away. Nice clearing kick from them, down towards forward 50. Opportunity now for the Students, but Edwards will see the ball go out of bounds. So the margin 24 points, 96 to 72. Now the boundary line throw-in will take place. Lucy came from a couple of suburbs away to try and get that footy. Didn't quite work for him, but it's gone back now. Works in the favour of Jack for the Students. He'll kick downfield, down towards forward 50. They tower high. Tom Young was one of the players that went up there for the ball in the contest. Now, well, Sean Edwards, we mentioned he must have heard our conversation because he's having another shot at goal.
Yeah, leads to disposals all of a sudden too. Some important touches in this final term. I felt he's really grown into the game the longer it's gone on. It was a little bit quiet in the first half, but particularly this quarter he's been heavily involved. New side for him, new teammates. It will take some time.
Moves in. Geez, you could hear the crack of the Sharon off the boot. And he's kicked his second of the game. So he leads in disposals, and now he's got 2 goals for this game. And now the margin goes to 30 points in favour of the Students. It's really starting to blow out now for the Bombers.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate for them. I mean, they were so committed. They really brought the fight to Sydney University today. I think the conditions probably telling at the end. It's good to see they did have a bit of a fade out against Southport last weekend. Certainly not the case today, although in this last quarter it has blown out. But well and truly in the contest, a little bit of luck goes their way. It can be a different story.
Yeah, it certainly is. So just taking a few moments to get the ball back to centre square. We've played about 32 minutes in this final term, so you'd think full time is pretty close. 30 points the margin in favour of the Students. The margin was 16 going into this final term in favour of the Students. They've led it all, well, 4 terms. And we'll see a ball up take place. Away just off the carpet, played away nicely there by the Students. The Bombers try to get the football. Dimmery did particularly well. Now the Bombers come through. Christensen turns. Has he got enough corner on it? No, he hasn't, and it's gone wide of the posts, and it goes through for a behind. So 29 the margin now in favour of the Students.
I like the way that the fourth quarter here, you've seen Sydney University, particularly as I guess the pressure has dropped off from the Bombers as this result has sort of gotten out of their hands, but they do play the ground really well. They've used the wings a lot, really opened things up, and given the way they do transition, well suited to Henson Park. I think that's something teams will have to come here and adjust their games to.
So the ball comes back in field for the Students. They fly high, they try to take a mark, but Burke came to the ground. Bombers try to clear it, but it's good work from the Students that hustle well, and that'll find the boundary line. 29 the margin in favour of the Students, 102 to 73, and it's 33 gone, so we can't be too far away from that full-time siren going. Disappointing the final 15 minutes for the Bombers, you'd have to say, Adam Santa Rosa. Yeah,
they're really impressive though, the first 3 and a bit quarters. I think that's what they've got to reflect on. Don't think too much about how this one got away from them, because they were well and truly in the contest for a long, long time. So plenty of positives for them.
So Young gives it back inside. Nice work from the Students. Hand pass over the top. Clever work from Potter. Edwards now on the fly. This is where he's the most dangerous. Zips through. Pass one. Pass two. Oh, that's individual brilliance from Sean Edwards. Can he finish? No, he can't. The goal is denied. And unfortunately, the Bombers deny Edwards of what could have been maybe the goal of the game.
It would have been something special. He's felt for his hammy a little bit after that kick, so hopefully he's okay. It might be a bit of cramp given the heat, but he's trying to stretch that out now.
So it's now the students with Jake Bartholomew's. He's taken a big gallop as well. Took the mark from about 40. He's gone back almost to the centre square to kick this goal. And there's this chance. The margin is 29. It is now 35. And there it is, the full-time siren in the background. A goal there to Jake Bartholomew's comes us to the end of this thrilling contest between the Sydney University students and the Redland Bombers. The final score in this contest, it is 16-13-109, plays 10-13-73. 35 points the margin to the students. Adam Santarosa, you made your debut in the NEFL. Welcome to the family. How did you see your first game in the commentary box?
Yeah, brilliant today at Henson Park. I think if we can have more of this week in, week out in the NEFL, certainly will be appreciated by everyone. And yeah, it was great fun. But yeah, what a contest. I mean, going into this one, as I said, Uni were expected to do the job here at home. But yeah, it wasn't easy for them. The scoreline probably reflects that in the end, but certainly not the case for the best part of, 3.5 quarters. They sort of faded a little bit, Redland, at the end. But looking at some of the stats, tackle-wise, I know I've harped on this stat throughout the day, but it's been such a difference and such an influence on the game. 61 tackles for the Bombers to 38 for Sydney Uni. So it showed the pressure they were impacting on the game, and it's what kept them in it for a long time. But look, some of the class in the end from Sydney Uni was the difference. That last quarter, Bonnie kicking 4, Young kicking 4. We saw Sean Edwards, having some fun there late as well. He bagged a couple. So just in those key moments, they were just a little classier. They took their opportunities, weren't as wasteful in front of goal, and in the end, yeah, really put the foot down.
Well, it's been a terrific game of footy here at Henson Park. It's been round 2 between the students and the Bombers. Next up, Sydney Uni play the NT Thunder up in the Territory in round 3 action of the NEFL. They'll be chasing their 3rd consecutive win of the season. And the Redland Bombers, they take on the Canberra Demons. Next week in round 3 action, they'll be looking for their 1st win of the season. The next game on the NEFL TV calendar is the Bombers play the Demons. That'll be live next Saturday. Pricey and Kanga, they'll call all the live action from midday from Scottsdale Park. You'll be able to see all that live action as well as all the live action right across on the NEFL site. It's been a superb game of football as Austin Lucy is chaired off the field in his 100th appearance in the NEFL competition. The last time these two sides played, it was a 48-point win to the students. On this occasion here at Henson, it's a win to the students by a little less margin of 35 points. On behalf of Adam Santarosa, the Bar TV crew and the entire NEFL media team, my name is John O'Farr. Thanks for your company this afternoon. We hope we can have it in round 3 of the NEFL action. Until then, it's bye for now from Henson Park.